Hey guys, what's up? Hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm trying to get my second evil self to behave. Once again, the evil me behind the curtain on the laptop is not cooperating. Hopefully I can make it work long enough to get through this live stream. If not, we'll just go old school and I'll do everything through my phone. So, fair warning, at any point, as always, this could turn into a dumpster fire. Hopefully it won't. But this is one of our True Crime After Dark late night live, so we will deal with whatever comes up. Let me get my. I was trying to get all my banners and ticker. Let's see, there it goes. I'm trying out my little ticker thing again down there, down here. If it gets on anybody's nerves or gets on my nerves, I will remove it. But I think we made it through the show, the last live stream, without it bothering anybody too much. So, welcome to Southern God True Crime. If this is your first time here, thank you for taking some time out of your evening to join us. I am Dawn. I share missing persons, cold cases, some current true crime in the news. We're going to talk about a little bit of all of that tonight. Once again, my second self is going in and out. The cases, missing persons, and the cold cases that I share on my channel are not the ones that get the national attention. They don't even get, unfortunately, local attention that they deserve. That is the heart and soul of my channel, is to bring awareness to these cases that don't get the national attention. Not that I don't think those cases and those victims aren't important, but they're getting the national attention. There are other creators out there who are covering them, doing a much better job than I could do at covering them. So I will leave those for the most part to them. Now, if there's any breaking news or any additional information that comes out about the cases that are in the news, we will talk about that. But for the most part, we will stick to the what I call the lesser known cases. I don't like to say the less important cases, because they're definitely not less important. Let's see who we've got here. Hello, Nanar. Nanar is here. Good to have you here as always. Glad welcome to any lurkers who are here who don't want to comment. That's fine. Welcome. Like I said, welcome to anybody who is new here. If you are new here, well, I got my second self working for a minute. Maybe I say that too soon. Let's see if taking down the comment. Like I'm telling you, my second self is being really evil tonight. I'm gonna run everybody off before I get started. See if my banner will come up. If not, I'll do it manually. Oh yeah. So while I'm waiting for my second self to behave, if this is your first time here and this sounds like your cup of tea, please consider subscribing. Like, share, comment, all those things help small channels like mine reach more people in the YouTube world. The YouTube algorithm pushes it out to more people. That is the most important thing, is for as many people as possible to hear about these cases that don't get all the attention. Maybe my second self is back up. Let me go to my banners. You can also find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook group and a Facebook page. I do share content in the group and the page that I don't share here on YouTube. So you get extra content over there, so it's worth checking out. If you ever have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at the email address you see below there. If you have a case that is dear to your heart, maybe you knew the victim, it happened in your hometown, your home state, or any case that you know of that you think needs more awareness and attention brought to it, email it to me. The victim's name, the state it took place in, any details you have. I will do my research, and I will make it one of my cases of the week, or included in my Missing Person Monday videos that I do, or live streams. I will do whatever I can to bring as much awareness to it as possible. I said my second self is going in and out, so we'll see what's happening here. I'll save the rest of my spiel for later, for the end. We have a new face here, Encyclopedia of True Crime and the Unknown. First live new subscriber. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna call you Encyclopedia. It reminds me of anybody in here who is old enough to remember the Encyclopedia Brown books. I'm a child of the 80s, 70s, and 80s. So I remember the Encyclopedia Brown books. I love those books. So welcome, Encyclopedia. I'm glad it's your first live and you're a new subscriber. Always glad to have new people here to add to our wonderful community that we have. So welcome. All right, let me take my banner down before I forget while my second self is still working. I'm just going to keep it in full screen. That way I won't have to keep going in and out. I don't know, because I have to read we will get started first off with, let me go to my comments, and I like that. Let me find it. Oh, it didn't show up here yet. Encyclopedia says, most creators call me Encyclopedia. I know it's a long name. It's an excellent name. I like that. If you have a channel, please let us know. And if any of my mods are in here, they can pop your channel link in there. No problem at all. I'm operating through StreamYard right now, so I can't go out and do it. But if you do have a channel, a YouTube channel, we would definitely like to hear about it. And I will, like I said, I don't know who's here. I don't know if Dandy or anybody will be here. Dandy Linus, my mods will be here. They can stick any links in that need to or that need to be put in. So yeah, just let me know if you have a YouTube channel, or if not, that's fine. But just your name lends itself to an excellent true crime YouTube channel name. All right, I don't know how well my second self is going to, so let me go into full screen for a minute. My goodness, like I said, dumpster fire. We're just starting out. Oh, trouble's here. Hello, Junior Johnson. Junior is here. He's in Kentucky tonight. Welcome, Junior. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family is doing well. Welcome. Junior is another one of my wonderful mods. When he is here, I know he goes to bed very early, so he may just pop in for a little bit. But it's always good to have Junior here for any length of time. We love Junior. Excellent. Encyclopedia says, working on my first video to post now. I'm in Northwest Tennessee. We're neighbors then. I'm in Arkansas, so we're neighbors. So welcome. Yeah, definitely when you get your channel up and going, definitely if it's if it's the same, is it the same name as your username? If not, I can look you up. If it is, I can look you up, or you can just tell me the name of your channel if it's not the same as your username, and I'll find it and I'll put your link in my friends link section for you. Oh, see, StreamYard, well, not StreamYard, StreamYard on my okay. Encyclopedia says it's the same name. Awesome. I will look it up. I will look it up, or if, like I said, if Dandy Linus or any other mods pop in, especially Dandy, she's good at going out and grabbing links and putting them in. But if not, when the live stream's over, I will definitely look you up and put you. I have a special link or section at the bottom of the homepage of my channel where I put all my friend links. I will definitely check you out. Oh, StreamYard is not a. Anyway, okay, so before I babble anymore and run some people off, let me try going full screen again. Oh, nothing is wanting to work right for me tonight, which I shouldn't be surprised. Try it that way. Still not working right. So I will do my best to well, now it works, but I forgot to put my goodness gracious. I thought I was prepared, but you guys, anybody who's watched me on a regular basis knows I have difficulties of one kind or another. All right, I think I got everything up right now that I need to read off my slides. Okay, so before all of my videos and or live streams, I always feature missing persons, current missing persons, and if we have some good news about some missing persons that I have featured in the past, I'll start with those. I have about 4 or maybe more good news missing persons updates to bring you. I had featured a Kirsten Farmer sometime in the past week and a half. As of March 6th, she has been found. She has been located. I think I read that the police have located her and they're working on getting her reunited with her family. She had gone missing from Jacksonville. It did not say where she went missing from, but she is safe. So that is always good news. I had featured Jaron Eccles Jr. He had also gone missing from Jacksonville, Arkansas. He has been located, so he is safe. I featured Ember was her name, Ember Sutterfield. I featured her, I think, last night in my live stream that I did for my case of the week. And today, I noticed that she has been found. And Heather Sutterfield is either a mother or a family member of Ember's, and she posted that Ember has been found by the police. We are in the process of getting her back home. Thank you to everyone for sharing the post and the prayers they work. So Ember is on her way home. She is safe. Let's see if my second self is coming back yet. I featured Hayden Johnson. He had gone missing from, I believe it was Jonesboro, around the end of February. He was just 17. He has been found safe. And Kaylee Kinder, she had been missing. She was only 13 years old. She had gone missing from Heber Springs, Arkansas. She has been found safe. I featured her on one of my live streams that I did, maybe my Missing Person Monday or whichever live stream I've done this week. My days are blending together. But actually, the night that I featured her, somebody in chat let me know that she had been found safe. So always good when our babies, our kids and our teenagers are found safe. So now we get into our missing persons. This one is an older one. This is John Kemp Clark. He went missing in September of 1993 from Fayetteville, Arkansas. He was last seen in Fayetteville. There's not a lot of information. I had featured him in probably one of my first Missing Person Monday videos that I ever did. He has still not been found. There's not a whole lot of information in his case. But if you do have any information, if you're in the Arkansas area, Fayetteville, Arkansas area, contact the Fayetteville Police Department at 479 587 3555. And we still have Mr. Robert Brown. Robert Brown. He has been missing since no, it's been before March 7th. Sorry. If I could get my computer going here, let me close it out and start a new tab and see if it'll work. Mr. Johnson has been missing for a couple of weeks now. And sorry, I'm trying to multitask. He is 77 years old. See, this is where my computer comes in handy because I can read my slides. He is missing around the Texarkana area. Oh, maybe I'm coming back here. They did release an update on the 7th, which was a couple of days ago. Today is the 9th, I believe. It says our detectives have handed out flyers sorry, still multitasking. Handed out flyers in the downtown Texarkana area, as well as around the homeless shelters, seeking information regarding the disappearance of Mr. Brown. Businesses along Highway 82 toward Texarkana have been canvassed as well. Flyers have also been canvassed as well. Flyers have also been distributed along Highway 82 toward Louisville and Magnolia, Arkansas. Now, it does say that something new that hasn't been mentioned before. It does say that search warrants have been obtained to check Mr. Brown's bank accounts for recent activity. A little bit worrying. They may think that maybe something happened to him and somebody may have come have his bank account information, debit cards, possibly. No, I don't know. I'm just going by what they're saying here. And they say that searches are planned for residential areas along Highway 82 heading towards Texarkana. The picture you see there on the slide is what they think he was last seen wearing, which is a brown kind of camouflage army issue cap, a brown jacket. He's 77 years old. Like I said, it's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now since Mr. Brown has been missing. And of course, I worry about all of them, but the longer that they go on, especially with children and teenagers and the elderly, it just scares me. Junior says he looks a little like Clint Eastwood. He does. I was thinking he looked like somebody. Yeah, look like good old Clint Eastwood. Yep. Make sure I haven't missed anything. I see some people are popping in. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to lurkers. Anybody who wants to comment and say hi, feel free to. If you just want to lurk, that's fine too. Welcome to any new people. New people to the channel, to the lives, new subscribers like an Encyclopedia, our new friend Encyclopedia. I want to call you Encyclopedia Brown. I'll stick with Encyclopedia. Encyclopedia of True Crime and the Unknown does have a channel. They're currently working on it. So at some point, whenever they give us permission, we can go check out a new true crime channel. We always love having new true crime channels to check out to help bring awareness to all these cases that need some awareness. All right, what we got going on next? Joshua Graham McCaskey, he is still missing. Once again, I'm gonna have to lean into the even leaning in. He went missing. He left his home in Winterhurst, Iowa, on January 18th or 19th, I believe. After calling, he did call 911. This is another disturbing, scary situation. He called 911. Didn't say anything. I don't believe. I don't know if it was a 911 hang up or just called 911 and didn't say anything. And then I believe when he called 911, he left his phone behind. Oh gosh, I wish my phone screen, because I do everything through my phone. I don't have a fancy setup, as you can tell. So I do everything through my phone screen, and with my old eyes and everything being so small. So after calling 911 for an unknown reason, he left his phone at his residence, and he was traveling in his 2013 green Ford Taurus with Ohio or Iowa license plates. Sorry, I'm doing double duty here. I believe he was last seen around in the Oklahoma, Kansas City, Locust Grove, Oklahoma, and Fort Smith, Arkansas, before he was last seen on January 19th on surveillance video. So I'm going to start reading. He's 25 years old, 5'10", 100, and I think 66 pounds. Brown hair, brown eyes. So if you have any information, please contact the Winterset Police Department at 515-4 either 62 or 82-1423. And there was an update today. It says new video footage shows that Joshua was last caught on camera on January 19th, 2024 in Mena, Arkansas. The last possible sighting was in the King Bluff Falls area in Arkansas. He was on some of the hiking trails in Arkansas. But after the possible sighting on February 21st, there's been no sightings of him since then, either in person or on a video surveillance anywhere. He has not made contact with his Oklahoma family at all, and they are obviously concerned. So please share this and help them find Joshua. So if you're in the Oklahoma area, the Arkansas area, please share this. I may have already put the links to everything in the description box of this live stream. So please do check it out. I don't know if my second. We have another teenager missing. Gerald Smith Jr. has been missing from Jacksonville, Arkansas since February 24th. He is only 17 years old, a black male, 5'10", 165 pounds, or it says he's biracial, 165 pounds with brown hair, brown eyes. He was last seen in Jacksonville, but he could possibly be in the Huntsville, Arkansas area. So if you have any information on Gerald, his possible whereabouts, if you've seen him, anything about his situation, please contact the Jacksonville Police Department at 501-982-3199. And now we have we have an Amber Alert out of Tennessee. This is, it finally did work. Now my slides may start jumping. This is Iris Crum. She has been missing since March 1st from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She is 7 years old. She's a biracial female, black hair, brown eyes, approximately 5 foot and 80 pounds. There is an Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for Iris. Once again, the 7-year-old biracial female, 5 foot tall, 80 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Iris was last seen on March 1st in the area of Blue Fox Trail in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She is possibly in the company of her non-custodial mother, Kayla Soretta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Soretta is a 30-year-old black female, 5'6", 140 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. The non-custodial mother is currently wanted by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office for custodial interference and the San Diego County Sheriff's Office in California for felony child abduction. So this is a very urgent one. I do have a video, if I can get it to play. Make sure this is the right one.
Tonight, the TBI has issued an Amber Alert for Iris Crum. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tracy Cornett.
And I'm Marius Payton. Iris Crum is the 7-year-old girl out of Rutherford County who has been missing for nearly a week now. We know Crum's father flew to Murfreesboro from California after he won custody of Iris.
Police were supposed to reunite the pair last week, but they couldn't find her. Our Sharon Danqua joins us live here in studio tonight. Why this sudden change in alerts here, Sharon?
Well, Marius, Tracy, the TBI said based on additional information developed during the search for Iris and growing concern about her well-being, an Amber Alert is now being issued on behalf of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. We know her mother is wanted in Rutherford County for custodial interference. And we also just learned that the San Diego County Sheriff's Office in California issued a warrant for her arrest on felony child abduction charges today. For the first week only, an endangered child alert had been issued for Iris. The TBI said an Amber Alert is issued when a child is in imminent danger or injury of death. I spoke with Iris's father, Anthony Crum, just moments ago. He says TBI officials tell him they have reason to believe Iris or may be in danger. So I asked him if he himself believes his daughter is in danger.
Part of me does, yes. Because I don't know where she's at. You know, there's been reason to believe that she might be back in California with her mom or with her stepbrother. You know, I don't know.
Now, we've reached out to TBI officials asking what exactly has pushed them to raise Iris's endangered child alert to an Amber Alert, but we haven't heard back. TBI is asking anyone with information about Iris or her mother to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
All right, that was the, go back out and do it manually. The information on little Iris Crum, there is an Amber Alert out for her. Sad situation, scary situation whenever you have a little 7-year-old that is missing, believed to be possibly with her non-custodial mother, who is wanted in 2 places, one for felony child kidnapping or felony child endangerment. A very scary situation. All right, let me get my slides back up here. All right, next we have a wanted person. This is a case from Arkansas. This is Takahi Shelby. She is wanted. A felony kidnapping arrest warrant has been issued for her. It was issued on February 27th. Anyone that is not familiar with the Amir Ellis case, I do have a short video that will give you some information. Amir, in April of last year, Amir was abducted. He had gone, been dropped off, according to Takahi's first story. She had been, somebody dropped off Amir at her house to hang out, to visit. She had gone to the bathroom, and when she was in the restroom, supposedly she heard a commotion going on. Her grandmother was also there. It was, I believe, her grandmother's house. And when she came out, she said she saw either two or three males fighting with Amir. They dragged him out of the house, left in the vehicle. About a week and a half later, 3 individuals were arrested for Amir's kidnapping. But he was still missing. A few months went by. They had one of the persons, it was 2 males and 1 female that had been arrested for the kidnapping, had a pretrial hearing. After that hearing, Amir's mother, Miss Jessica, made a statement to the media that now she knew that her son was not going to come home to her on his own 2 feet. So unfortunately, they knew that Amir was deceased. They still hadn't found him. After months and months of searching, he was found. His remains were found. He was laid to rest. And now, like I said, as of February 27th, an arrest, felony kidnapping resulting in a homicide, nationwide arrest warrant has been issued for Miss Takahi Shelby, which I've been following. I'm being as it's an Arkansas case, I have been following it since the beginning. And because I have read the story that she gave, and if you want to know a lot more details about this case, you can go to the AmirEllis.com official website. It has all the links to the official social platforms dedicated to Amir and to getting justice for Amir. And there's also a Facebook group, Justice for Amir Ellis Sr. And I can't say a whole lot. I'm not going to give names on here because other people that they suspect may be involved in Amir's case, they have not been named publicly, but you can join the Amir Ellis Jr. Justice for Amir Ellis Jr. Facebook group. The link is in the description box, and you can get all the information you need about those folks. I do have, I should have to go back out, a short video, and if I can get it to come up, I do have her arrest warrant and the PC affidavit for her arrest, where she gave the real story of what happened the day that Amir disappeared. So let me take. Sorry, like I said, when I do everything through my phone, it I'll take that down for a minute. All right, this okay, this should be the right video. Nope, that's not the video. Sorry, I put my slides back up. This is the video.
Now charging a 4th person in connection to kidnapping and the killing of Amir Ellis.
And new tonight at 10, Ashley Godwin brings us these new details in the case. Ashley?
Early Faith, according to new court records obtained by THV11, Takahi Shelby is now being charged with felony kidnapping in relation to Amir Ellis's disappearance. This as his mother continues to fight for justice in her son's murder.
This particular warrant for this person has been a long time coming. You know, I feel like this person should have been arrested with the 3 that's been in jail.
Almost a year after the disappearance of Amir Ellis, another person is being charged. 18-year-old Takahi Shelby is wanted by police for felony kidnapping. probable cause affidavit obtained by THV-11 says Amir was at Shelby's house when 3 other suspects came by to take him to another location. Those suspects are Nathaniel Speed, Alexis Chambers, and someone who was 17 years old at the time. They are all now charged with capital murder.
I don't have any ill feelings towards these children, but I just cannot fathom the thought of them just getting to live their best 18, 19-year-old life, and my son don't.
2 months ago, police found the remains of Amir in a wooded area near Jesseville. They have not released the cause of death yet.
It's just still hard to believe sometimes that he is not here, but he did leave me my grandson, and so my grandson is live.
Jessica says she is closer to justice, but wants to see those responsible for her son's death to take accountability for their actions.
Just keep praying for justice for Amir, for closure sooner than later, because I'm about exhausted.
Now, the next court date for the 3 charged with capital murder will be in March. Garland County does have a gag order on this case, meaning beyond scheduling details, police, prosecutors, or defense lawyers are all limited on what they can tell us in public.
All right, that was the latest on the, trying to remove these videos as I play them so I won't get them mixed up. On the Amir Ellis case, I do want to read you. I'm just going to shut down this StreamYard for right now. The probable cause affidavit for, I don't know why things are moving around the way I want to. Anyway, the probable cause affidavit is short. Takai Shelby's, oh, that's the wrong one. The real story of the role that Takahi Shelby played in Amir's disappearance, and why there is now a felony arrest warrant, felony kidnapping resulting in homicide arrest warrant out for her. I can find the right one. Hold on, guys. Thought I had the right one. Maybe it's this one. There it is. Now, if I can just make it bigger where I can read it. There we go. Okay, so this is the statement that she gave to the detectives. On May 17th, 2023, Jessica Ellis reported to officers with the Hot Springs Police Department that her son, Amir Ellis, was missing. According to Jessica Ellis, Amir Ellis was last seen on May 15th at Takahi Shelby's residence at 101 Rocky Reef Circle. Jessica Ellis advised that a female occupant of that residence contacted her, and that was Takahi Shelby, on May 17th to report that her son was taken on May 15th. So neither Takahi Shelby or her grandmother, who was in the house when Amir was arrested, called 911 to report Amir missing. They waited, 2 days, at least 1 day, 2 days, and they finally called Miss Jessica, Amir's mother, and said, oh, by the way, your son was kidnapped from here 2 days ago. That just infuriates me. But anyway, so they told Miss Jessica, that he was abducted by 2 unidentified males. On May 18th, the detectives with the Hot Springs Police Department met with Takahi Shelby at her residence, which is the same residence, 101 Rocky Reef Circle. Shelby provided a statement that she did not know who was responsible for taking Amir, but that 2 unidentified males entered the residence and took him and kidnapped him. She did not provide a specific description of the persons involved, a reason as to why the incident occurred, nor how they knew that Amir was even there. So we fast forward to May 25th. Takahi Shelby participated in a non-custodial interview at the Hot Springs Police Department. Shelby reported the following. On May 15th, during the evening hours, Shelby was working at Burger King, and around 2100 hours, which would be 9 p.m., Jorge Castillas, Nathaniel Speed, and Alexa Chambers, who were the three that were arrested for his kidnapping, came into the restaurant where she was working. Alexa Chambers asked Takahi Shelby if she could get Amir to come to her house at the Rocky Reef Circle residence. Chambers continued, stating that they would come and pick Amir up from there. Shelby agreed to get Amir to come to her house. Shelby got off work at approximately 22:30 hours, which would be 10:30 p.m. She went to the residence at 101 Rocky Reef Circle. Shelby messaged Amir asking him to come over to her residence on Rocky Reef Circle. Once Amir was there, she told Alexa Chambers via phone that Amir was there, and she even sent her a picture of a tattoo that Amir had as confirmation that Amir was actually at the house. A few minutes later, Alexa Chambers messaged Takahi Shelby telling her that they were outside. Shelby then went to the restroom as Nathaniel Speed and Jorge Castilla entered the house, entered the bedroom where Amir Ellis was staying. Takahi Shelby described a struggle between Amir Ellis and the other two. Shelby then exited the restroom and went outside to her backyard. Moments later, she saw Nathaniel Speed's red passenger car leave from her house with no lights on. Takahi Shelby also advised during her interview that she had disconnected the video surveillance system at her residence just prior to this incident occurring. Nathaniel Speed, Jorge Castillas, and Alexa Chambers were arrested on May 27th for kidnapping. Jorge Castillas' statement provided during the post-Miranda interview corroborated what Takahi Shelby's statements. And on December 16, 2023, the Hot Springs Police Department was notified that human remains were located by the Garland County Sheriff's Office in Garland County, Arkansas. On January 3rd, 2024, the remains were confirmed to be Amir's. So that is Miss Takahi Shelby's finally told the truth. So that is why, and as far as I know, she is on the run. She could be anywhere. They don't know where she's at. So that is why they issued this nationwide felony kidnapping resulting in a homicide arrest warrant. So anybody anywhere in the United States, basically, please keep an eye out for Takahi Shelby, because she needs to be arrested and charged accordingly with her the role that she played in Amir's disappearance. I waved bye to Nan earlier. Nan said that she has to leave. Hope to get you again soon. Doing a great job. Thank you, Nan. It's always good to have you here. It's always good to have everybody here. Maybe got my second self back up for a minute. Maybe it'll work. Welcome to everybody who's come. I see people are popping in and out. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. If this is your first time here, welcome. We hope you decide to stay. I hope I haven't scared you off with my technical difficulties that I have. I'm trying to keep up with the comments and everything else going on. So next, all right, so now we'll get to that was all the the found missing persons, which is always a good thing to bring you good news about missing persons that have been located safe, especially our children and our teens. I gave you, unfortunately, we do have still missing persons out there, teens and adults that I shared. Shared the wanted, Takahi Shelby. So we will get into whatever we got in store for tonight. Maybe that's going to work. Okay. So maybe I can go full screen again here. So I just wanted to share this with you. I think I found this on the Arkansas Justice Project. It comes from Arkansas Unsolved. This is a very sad case. This is Shakia Watts and her son, Xavion, who is just 5 years old, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Shakia Watts, 21, and Xavion Watts, 5, were found deceased in an apartment at 201 Wynn Street, and this is in Hot Springs, Arkansas, on December 29th, 2020. So it has been a little less than 4 years. Their deaths were ruled a homicide, but no arrests have been made. Police said there was no sign of forced entry, indicating that whoever took their lives most likely knew them. So if you know anything about Shakia Watts, little Xavion Watts, Hot Springs, Arkansas, December 29th, 2020. It says, message us. No need to cover for a child offender any longer. The truth will set you free. So apparently, I'm going to have to research this case a little bit more. It may become one of my cases of the week. But I just wanted to get that information out there. You can call Hot Springs Police Department. You can call 911. If you have any information about this case, because I do remember when this happened. Of course, it was all over the local television, local news stations covered it extensively. But it's going on 4 years, still not solved, nobody arrested. So hopefully somebody out there will see this and that has information and is willing to talk. So please, I implore you, if you have any information, call the Hot Springs Police Department or 911. All right. Last week I did my case of the week was on Brandy Hutchins. It was a case from 1980. 83 or 87. This is the Brandy Hutchins, the disposable child. This is a Facebook page run by Julie, who is Brandy's cousin. Julie has been fighting for 30-something years now to get justice for Brandy. Brandy was taken by homicide. She was found. 2 days after she was dropped off. Like I said, go to my playlist, go to my unsolved cold case videos, watch this video to get the whole story. But I just wanted to put this up there because Julie posted a couple of days ago. She says, I need some information. Any help will be greatly appreciated. Brandy's body was found under the old John Emery house on Whippoorwill Road in Coal Hill, Arkansas. And Coal Hill is close to, it's in the kind of west central part of the state, close to the Oklahoma state line near Clarksville. Someone had put her under there, thrown boards on top of her. I need to know if any of you that were local to the area at that time had ever been there. I was told kids partied there. What was the house like? Do any of you know who wrote the graffiti on the walls? Because there was this case, like I said, this case happened back in the 80s, in the height, down here in the Bible Belt, the height of what they called the Satanic Panic. Supposedly there were satanic symbols written on the walls, but this was known to be a party place, a hangout for teenagers. Teenagers back in the 80s liked to draw the pentagrams and the symbols on anywhere and everywhere they could, just for a shock value, so they don't think, 99.9% ruled out that it had anything to do with any kind of nefarious cults of any kind. But Julie does want to know about the graffiti on the walls. She wants to know who hung out there. Were there any adults there? Did people drive there? Did they get dropped off there? Did they walk there? Does anyone know who owned the house at the time, or who burned it? Because either 1 or 2 days after they found Brandy's body, and they found it in what we call a root cellar underneath the house, or it's a ramshackle house shack is what it looks like. It mysteriously burned down, I think, 2 days after they found Brandy's body there. So if anybody knows who burned it down, just any kind of information would be great. Please feel free to message me if you don't feel comfortable replying on here. So you can message the page, the Brandy Hutchins Disposable Child page, Facebook page. I have already put a link to it in the description box. So if you're in the Arkansas area, if you have any information, because they have, from what I can gather, everything I know about this case and have researched, they do have, because Brandy had a on again, off again, what she called her boyfriend. He is, and they've never released his name publicly. He has never been publicly named as a person of interest, a suspect, or charged with anything to do with Brandy's disappearance and death. But in 1997, a young lady went missing out of Kentucky. At the time she went missing, she was dating this same fella that Brandy had been dating off and on when she disappeared, or when she was found deceased. The young lady from Kentucky, it was documented that this same person, whoever it was, had been in a DV situation. He had beaten up on this girl from Kentucky. She ended up disappearing. He had threatened her life before she disappeared. She has never been found. So unofficially, this guy that's never been named publicly is the prime suspect in Brandy's death, and the young lady, Michelle Burchell, I believe is her name, from Kentucky, has been named unofficially out there is the prime suspect in both these disappearances. So both of these cases, both of these young ladies, Brandy Hutchins, Michelle Burchell, and this person, this man could most definitely, in my opinion, possibly have other victims. So these cases need attention, need awareness, need justice. So let's do everything we can to keep Brandy's name out there, to keep Michelle Burchell's name out there, so that they're not forgotten, and hopefully we can help in a little way get some closure for these cases. Either you guys are quiet tonight, or I'm just make sure my comment. I don't know if my computer is froze up. Nope, I'm good. That's all right. Y'all are quiet. That's okay. All right, let's see what we got next. Another case that is dear to my heart, and oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to read that small writing. Cleashindra Hall. Oh, I do have, yes, I do have something to read, if it'll come up. This is Cleashindra Denise Hall. This is another case that is dear to my heart. I have done more than one video on her. You can, once again, go to my playlist. I have a separate playlist, a Cleashindra Hall playlist. Please, if you want to know about this case, please check the videos out that I've done on her. But if it'll come up, I will give you just a brief synopsis of her story. It's working, slowly but surely, guys. It's working. All right, let me find the right one. Like I said, it's taking its time. It's getting there slowly but surely. But this is an important case. And on the left there, you see Dr. Amos. He is, hold on. Never officially been named, but law enforcement has let it be known that he is their number one person of interest in this case, or that he at least knows something. All right. Oh, finally came up. So the case of Cleashindra Hall. In the spring of 1994, Clea Hall was a bright 18-year-old girl with big plans. The Pine Bluff, Arkansas native was just 2 weeks away from graduating with honors at Watson Chapel High School. She had a summer internship lined up in Boston, and that fall she would have been heading off to the University of Tennessee pre-med program, pursuing her dream of becoming a pediatrician. But that all changed on the evening of Monday, May 9th, when after leaving her workplace at an office in town, Cleashindra Hall disappeared. That Monday was the family's first day back to their normal routine following an exciting weekend. Clea had her prom that Friday. She attended a sorority ball on Saturday. She celebrated Mother's Day with her mother on Sunday. Clea had an after-school job doing clerical work at the home of Dr. Larry Amos, who is pictured on the right hand. I keep pointing the wrong way. The right hand of the slide there. I lost my place. Who wrote, apparently Dr. Amos wrote grants allocating resources for child care facilities. Once Clea was done with helping out around his office, she would always call her mom to come pick her up. But that evening, she did not call. Laurel Hall, Cleashindra's mother, waited for the house phone to ring that night, and when it didn't, her mother called Dr. Amos's office. He answered on the first ring, and now this was around midnight or later. He answered on the first ring. He said that Clea clocked out at around 8:30 and was picked up by an unknown individual. Now, if you go watch the videos, Dr. Amos has changed his story numerous times about when Clea left, how she left, who she left with, if she left in a car, if she left walking, which would have been very unusual for her. She never walked home. The one time that she had walked home, because where Dr. Amos's house, he worked out of his home, from his house to where Cleashindra lived was within walking distance. The one time that she was going to, for some reason, walk home, her brother actually, older brother actually walked down and walked back home with her so she would not have to walk home by herself. So one of Dr. Amos's stories was that Clea left at 8:30, picked up by an unknown individual. Laurel says, I'm thinking, okay, she's never done this before, but she is a teenager. She is 18. She's about to graduate. So maybe she decided that she's going to flex her independence a little bit. Miss Laurel goes on to say, but I stayed up all night because I'm looking out the window thinking you're going to be in trouble, young lady, when you come home. But daylight came and Clea never came home. At first, Clea's family thought that she might have gone straight to school that morning. But the Miss Laurel says, my middle son, when he got to school, he called home. He said that the office, hold on, the way it's worded is weird. Says he probably bugged the office all day, but he called home and said that she was not at school all day long. That's when Laurel reported Clea missing to the police. That began an enduring search, which has lasted to this day. Clea's family hung up flyers around town and contacted the news, while police eventually searched the area, including Dr. Amos's office. And they did also, in later years, they did go back and get a search warrant, and they took pieces of drywall and cuttings of a carpet from out of the house. There were two. He evidently liked to have a home improvement done on his house. He didn't like to pay for it or pay full price. But at any rate, there was a contractor that had been hired to work out in the yard, to dig a hole for some reason, or to fill in a hole. He said that this contractor had said that while he was out there working in the yard, he smelled an odor like he had never smelled before when the wind blew a certain way. So at some point, the yard, I don't know how thorough it was searched. The yard was searched. Apparently a slab. Dr. Amos had a slab of concrete laid down. I don't know if they pulled that concrete slab up and looked underneath it. Did not give any details about that. Just food for thought about Dr. Amos. Lost my place again. So they searched around I told you about all the searches, but they found no clues that could point to the whereabouts of Clea. Whether Dr. Amos has been a constant person of interest in the case, he remains in the public's crosshairs. Reviewing property records, slabs pouring the slabs in the yard. His statements leave him as one of the main targets in the public's eye, not just the public's eye, but the law enforcement also. For at the very least, if he didn't have anything to do with Clea's disappearance, he may know something. He, at the very least, may know where her remains are. Because there are rumors, because Dr. Amos had an older son from his first marriage that was maybe 1 or 2 years older than Clea. This older son has been mentioned as possibly being a person of interest, but he has never publicly been formally named, so I won't give his name. But just another food for thought. So any tips submitted to this page, this comes from Injustice Arkansas on Facebook. If you have any information about Clea Schindler Hall, you are urged to call the Pine Bluff Police Department at 1-870-541-5300 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST, which is 1-800-843-5678. I just want to bring you some information. Yes, Junior. Junior says True Crime Garage did a podcast on this case. Yes, I have listened to it. Well, I've listened to about, I think they did a two-part episode on it. I've listened to about the first half of it, and then I fell asleep. But I'm going to listen to both episodes. But you're the one that let me know that True Crime Garage did do the podcast on it. So that's why I checked it out, or I'm going to finish checking it out. But you're absolutely correct as usual, Junior. So that I just wanted to bring Clea Schindler back. It's been 30-something years. I believe it happened in 95, around there, 95, 96. So over 30 years. Clashandra, she has not been found alive. She has not been found deceased. She just disappeared into thin air. Like I said, the predominant theory is, and law enforcement has put Dr. Amos's name out there, so that's why I have no problem putting his name out there. Predominant theory is that Dr. Amos and or his older son from his first marriage, either one or both of them, possibly, allegedly might have something to do with it. But we need justice for Clashandra. There's another one that we need some answers to. All right, so I have got, because somebody was asking me, I can't remember who it was the other day, if I've ever gotten any responses. Hold on any of the cases that I have featured, missing persons, Missing Person Mondays, I featured any missing persons, any cold cases that I featured. Have I ever gotten any responses from family members or friends or anybody who knew any of the victims? So I got to thinking about that, and I knew for sure that I had one, and I hope Michelle C is, at least, if she's not here right now, I hope she watches the replay, because one of them is a case that she brought to my attention. I have blocked out the names, the usernames, because I don't want, we know all people that watch these videos are not all good like we are, the good ones like us. So I blocked out their usernames, but I did vet these usernames and these profiles 99%, 99.9% that they are legit. So I had featured Alicia Minton. She had gone missing. It was, I'm trying to remember, because once again, I can't read that very small writing. She had gone missing, I believe, either her husband or boyfriend was arrested for or admitted to, confessed to her homicide, and said that he put her in the lake, weighted her down, put her in the lake. So I got a comment, said that was my mom. So if it was legit, I of course offered my condolences, send thoughts and prayers. Gave this person, it was a female, my email address if she ever wanted to contact me about anything, questions, comments, anything about the video or her mom. So it touches me whenever I get responses from family members and or friends of any of the missing persons or victims that I feature. So Alicia Minton was one of them. Another one was I featured Amir Dedrick. She was 11 years old, went missing from Houston, Texas in 2014. And I got a comment. Once again, I vetted this comment too, went to the user. Once again, I blocked out the name because I don't want the crazies to go harass these people. I vetted this one. This comment was, Amira is my friend's sister. And all this information is information that I had given in the video, so I knew it to be true. According to research I had done when I did the video on Amira. It said Amira is my friend's sister. Their father's name was Anthony Dedrick. He had went to prison at the time. He had custody of Amira. The latest anyone had seen Amira was actually on a Facebook post, which was true. Somebody had made a Facebook post. They think it came from a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant somewhere in Texas, and they're pretty sure that it was Amira was in this video, but it was never officially confirmed. So what they say, the latest anyone has seen Amira was actually on a Facebook post. It cannot be confirmed when the video was actually filmed before it was posted. Apparently her father had met this girl or lady, Linda, or in the video, or the video I did, the research I did, there was another name they had for her, not her real name. So when her father was sent to prison, he barely knew this woman. Basically, he said, "Here, take Amira and do whatever you want to with her," you know. So this commenter said he met Linda in passing, did not know her well enough to even know her legal name. And the part that gets me at the bottom, it says she is very much still loved and searched for. So I just thought that was that one got to me. That one got to me. Like I said, you know, I vetted it to the best of my knowledge, and usually when trolls will put comments, they're not going to be saying nice stuff like this and giving facts. They're going to be as mean and as derogatory as they can. So whenever I get comments like this, it always makes me it helps me keep going. It makes me feel like I'm truly reaching, making people aware of these cases like this, and that people are watching them, people are sharing them, and they know that these missing babies, especially this beautiful baby Amira, just 11 years old, that people do care about them that don't even know them. They're still we're doing our best to keep their names out there so they're never forgotten. And hopefully one of these days we can get some justice for her, find out what happened to Amira. She's never been found alive. Her remains have never been found. So once again, I did do a video on her. You can find it in my Unsolved Cold Cases playlist. So please go check out Amira's story. All right, let's see what we got doing. Can't talk right. See what we got doing. See what we got going on. Junior says he's still here just listening. You're up past your bedtime, Junior. Hello, Mr. Chris Gideon is here. I just Mind of Monsters, and you guys know Mind of Monsters has popped in here before. She invited me to join. I was honored. She invited me to join. It's a private Facebook group, so I'm not going to give the name because I don't know what Mr. Chris Gideon wants me. I'm new there, so I'm going to mind my P's and Q's because I don't know what information I can give out. But very glad to have you here, Chris. I'm glad that you decided to stop in and check us out, check me out, check us out, see what we're all about. We're just here trying to fight the good fight and get this information out about some of these cold cases and missing persons, and a little bit of some current stuff in the news, and then we're going to take a look at some cold cases. So thank you very much for dropping in. Good to have you here. I'm honored. Chris says he's accepting to be here. I'm going to say you meant you're excited to be here, but you are accepted too to be here. Thank you. You're very, very much welcome, sir. And I'm glad. Thank you for letting me be a part of your group on Facebook. I'm going to start working through the cases that are listed in the Facebook group, and I will be featuring them. I will do my research on them and start getting them featured as the cases of the weeks, missing persons, anything I can do to bring more awareness to those cases in the group. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm here for, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, okay. So it says I can name it. The group is called Cold Cases. Just simple as that. Cold Cases. It is a private group. I mean, I don't know what the qualifications are for getting in. Mr. Gideon, I'm sure, could tell us if he wants to. Like I said, Mind of Monsters got me in. She snuck me in, or got permission for me to be put in the group. Mind of Monsters, she does wonderful work on her channel. So definitely check Mind of Monsters out. Her link, go to the homepage of my channel, go down and where it says visit our friends below. And Mind of Monsters channel is link is there along with all the other channels that I endorse. All the good channels that do everything for the right reasons. You know what I'm talking about. All the communities, my community, all the other creators that I support and work with are no BS, no drama, no baiting, no trolls, no hype. It's just we get the important information out to the best of our abilities, and that's what we do. That's what we want to do. So the name of the group is called Cold Cases, and it's on. You can find it on Facebook. So Chris says, I can tell you it's simple. Just answer membership questions. Yeah, that's all I did was answer the questions. So yeah, go check it out if you are a creator. I believe encyclopedia. I keep wanting to say Encyclopedia Brown. It's Encyclopedia of True Crime and the Unknown, a new channel that is just getting going. That if you're still here, Encyclopedia, you would be an excellent. Just from the little that I've had time to go through the group, you would be an excellent candidate to join the group. So definitely consider it. If your passion is missing persons and cold cases, especially cold cases, bringing more awareness to cold cases, you'll fit right in. Oh, yeah, Encyclopedia is still here. Encyclopedia Brown is still here. Encyclopedia is still here. Oh, yes, you also have to agree to the rules, most definitely. Yes, definitely check it out, Encyclopedia. Like I said, Encyclopedia of True Crime and the Unknown. As far as I know, she said she's just getting started out. She says she's working on videos, her first video. So once they get going, we'll start supporting that channel, or we can support it now. The channel is the same name, Encyclopedia of True Crime and the Unknown. Junior says he subscribed to Mind of Monsters, but he didn't do Facebook. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Junior. I don't do Facebook a whole lot, just to do my keep up with my true crime group and true crime page, Southern Gal True Crime group and web page, and then I've just joined, thanks to Mind of Monsters and Chris here, I've joined the cold case group. And then I joined those with my alternate account, not with my personal account. Then I have a personal account that I just keep it with friends and family. Other than that, I try to stay away from social media because it's social media is the devil. I'm probably going to go to hell for saying that, but social media, I'm not going to say social media is bad. The way that a lot of people use social media is bad. I'll just put it that way. That's just my opinion. All right, let's see what we got going on next. So this is the one that I don't know if Michelle C is here lurking. She usually says hi if she's here, but hopefully, but I know she does take some kind of classes at night. But hopefully Michelle C will watch this at some point. This is Diamond Bynum and King Walker. I did a video on their case. Another cold case. They have never been found. And shame on me. I've got so many cases in my head right now. Diamond was in her 20s, but she had a disease that she had the mental capacity of, I think, maybe a 9-year-old. King, I believe, little King, there was just maybe 2 or 3. They had wandered off from their home together. Like I said, my brain is so full of cases right now, I can't sort out I did do a video, once again, check out my unsolved cold cases list, or playlist. Diamond Bynum, King Walker. I did get a comment. I did vet this one because like I said, anytime I get comments that say that they are family members or know the people that I feature in the videos, I take it with a grain of salt. I did vet them. I did. The person that commented on this, she does have a profile picture and a username. I blocked them out because once again, I don't want the crazies or the trolls harassing. I compared her, the way I vetted this one, I compared her profile picture from YouTube to a known picture of her that I had seen and that I still had from articles when I researched it. And to me, it's the same person. So this is the person who commented was Diamond's mother and King's grandmother. And that's all she said, except for she also said, I truly never understood that, but that's what was said. And I think when she said that, she was referring to when Diamond and King went missing, they did not put out any kind of an Amber Alert or any kind of endangered missing alert, at least for little King there, who was only 2 years old, because he was technically in the accompanied by an adult, because like I said, Diamond was in her 20s, 21 or 22. But like I said, she had and I can't think of the name of the disease, but she had diminished mental capacity. But because they said, because that little King was in the company of an adult, they couldn't put out any, I'm going to try not to get on my soapbox. But they couldn't put any kind of alert out, even though she was, Diamond was 20, but bless her heart, like I said, with her condition. And then little King was 2 years old. So they disappeared. Because one of the conditions, they think the reason they wandered out of the house was because one of the conditions of this disease, this condition that Diamond had, was that she was constantly hungry. She had to eat. She had the feeling that she had to eat all the time. So she would frequently walk down to some of the fast food restaurants to get something to eat. The local or the workers at these fast food restaurants knew Diamond, knew her condition, knew her, were aware. So they, kept a lookout for her. So apparently the theory is that on this day, the parent that was there, the guardian that was there, and Diamond and King had laid down. Sorry if you hear something over there. My cat's running amok. Had lain down to take a nap. At some point, Diamond and King had woken up. The adults were still asleep. They slipped out of the house. Maybe they theorized to go down to get something to eat. They were never seen again after that. So just another sad, horrifying case of just two children. Just in the blink of an eye, they're gone. And so this is another case that's dear to my heart, that we need some answers in this case too. No, Junior says that his granddaughter put him on Facebook, but I rarely go there. Yeah, it's unless you just want to, in my opinion, unless you just want to keep up with family and friends, don't go on social media. Like I said, I do have my personal Facebook account to keep up with family and friends. I used to have an Instagram account when I was making and selling jewelry, but I can't do that anymore because my eyes and my hands are bad. I've never had TikTok. I've never had X or Twitter or what, and I just stay away from it. Thank you. Mr. Chris said that he subscribed to Encyclopedia. Thank you. And Mr. Chris also says that, oh my goodness, yeah, my cat's running amok. I'm sorry, y'all. Says there's people who I watch and people who I don't. I'm assuming you mean on here on YouTube. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. Yeah, I know who. When I first got on, before I started my channel, when I just got on here, of course, I've been on YouTube forever. Just watching either puppy and kitty videos or my 80s hairband videos. But then when the Idaho 4 case happened and all that, I just nothing like that had happened in so long that it took my brain over, and I devoured everything they showed on TV, and then I went and turned to YouTube for any other information. Quickly found the channels to watch and the channels not to watch. So I have a very narrow, the ones that are listed in my friends section on my page are basically the ones that I watch and that I trust. So yes, Encyclopedia says, thank you. I should have videos to start posting soon. There are several missing people and unsolved cases in my area that I'm working on. Then I'll find out other places. Excellent. We can always use all the good creators, and I still have a hard time calling myself a creator. We need all the good creators, true crime creators out there that we can to help bring as much attention as we can to as many of these unsolved cold cases as we can. Junior, you're talking about the King and Diamond case? Yep. So Chris says, I've come across a channel that focuses us on awareness of cases and focuses on helping people. Whatever channel that is, feel free to name it. Hey, there's Mind of Monsters. Hey, Mind of Monsters. She says she was in Twitter Spaces speaking. I'm late. That's fine. We're just getting started. We haven't even gotten into a lot of the stories. I went through all my missing persons. My found missing persons I'd featured that have been found safely, thank goodness. And then my featured missing persons, and we're just going through some comments. Went through a little short versions of some stuff from local stuff from here in Arkansas, and some comments I've gotten. Yeah, Mr. Chris made it here. Thank you, Junior. Junior says after the show he's going to go and subscribe to Encyclopedia. Thank you, Junior. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments. Oh, let me take that down so we can all see what we're doing here. See what we got next. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about this Sebastian Rogers case. Another horrible case. Let me find I got so many articles bookmarked to read from tonight and videos. I had to even make a list. I don't know if you guys see, I had to make a list of all the videos I wanted to show, video clips from news that I wanted to show tonight, so I wouldn't forget to show them. Because you know me, I'm goofy. I get loopy. I forget what I'm doing. Come on. I'm going to have to close this out and start a new tab. Come on. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about Sebastian Drake case. I still have a lot of questions and concerns about this case. And I do have, and you guys let me know while I'm reading the story. I'll let y'all comment. I do have the 5 minute, it's about a 5 minute, I think it's part of uncut interview of the parents that everybody's been talking about. I will show it if you guys want me to, because I do need to give my voice a little bit of a break and take care of some business. My sign with the weather changing here in Arkansas, my allergies, my nose, I don't want to be rude and to put it bluntly, I don't want to be rude and blow my nose on camera. But if you guys want or interested in watching, it's about a 5 minute video, just part of that interview with the mom. And I believe that is it. Let me go back and make sure I'm giving you the right video. Yes. Of Sebastian. I will play it after I read this short article. So in the comments, start letting me go. Start letting me go. Don't let me go. Start letting me know if y'all want to listen to that video. I'll say it's about 5 minutes. I'll give my voice a little bit of rest for a minute, and I can get something to drink and take care of business, and give y'all a little bit of a break from my babbling. Okay, so this comes from peoplemagazine.com or people.com, and it is from SWAT and ads. Well, it's not going to go away. It'll go away. It is from the 8th, which was, yesterday? Today's the 9th. So Kentucky landfill search for missing 15-year-old Tennessee boy with autism. Authorities have been looking for any sign of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15, of Hendersonville, Tennessee, who was reported missing on February 26th. Authorities in 2 states are conducting a massive search for a 15-year-old Tennessee boy with autism who vanished in late February, including searching a Kentucky landfill. Sebastian Rogers was last seen on February 26, 2024 at his Sumner County home, where he lives with his mother and his stepfather. Get down. Sorry, you can probably hear my cat is up on my dresser messing. Anyway, according to an Amber Alert from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. He left home carrying a flashlight and wearing all black, a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, according to authorities. The question I have is, and I'm not blaming anybody or trying to blame anybody, but I think the mother at one point says that she saw him last in bed at 10 o'clock. When she got up the next morning, he was gone. And then she mentions at some point that she saw him wearing all black, a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and carrying a flashlight walking out the door. Yeah, it could be that she is, a mother, obviously upset about her son being missing, and I haven't watched all the interviews that everybody's been talking about, making, pointing out every little detail, but I do have just little naggings in the back of my head, but at any rate. The last time that Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, saw him was when she put him to bed on the night of February 25th, 2024. She says, when I told him to go to bed, he was like, I love you, Mom. I love you, puppies. And he went to bed. She says, I went to bed around midnight and everything seemed fine. And when I went to wake him up for school the next morning, that's when I couldn't find him. He was not in his room. My first reaction was, I always got to be up. He got up and got breakfast, but when I realized that he wasn't actually in the house, I've never experienced sheer panic. I can understand. She called her husband, Chris Proudfoot, who is Sebastian's stepfather, he was in Memphis. I believe he does like construction work or crane work. I think he says in the interview that he's actually working on the St. Jude Children's Hospital, which I know very well. I'm only about an hour and a half down the road from Memphis. So she called Chris Proudfoot, her husband, the stepfather. He was in Memphis. Then she called 911. She said she told police all of his shoes were still at home. All of his shoes were still at home, and the front door was locked when he vanished. So apparently when he left or whatever happened, he did not have any shoes on. And if he went out the door, he locked the door behind him. She and Sebastian's stepfather said that they are clinging to hope that the boy is alive. But they told WZTV every day is harder than the last. Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, is also worried. He says, quote, I just want my son to come home. He told News Channel 5, quote, if he hears me, I want him to tell somebody, I need your phone, call 911. If someone has you, he says, if someone has you, son, run. Run to the next person you meet. Tell them who you are. Let them find you. Let the police find you so they can bring you back to me. Sebastian wears glasses. He's a white male, 5'5", 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Last seen in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. He's autistic. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation asked residents in Sumner County, quote, especially around the Beach High School and Long Hollow Pike, to check any space on their property where he could hide, where a child could hide. Any outbuildings, shelters, anything out, basically where a teenager could hide. Since Sebastian vanished, law enforcement and volunteers have scoured the area for him. Authorities have searched for him using helicopters, drones, search and rescue dogs. On Thursday, authorities searched a landfill in Kentucky where garbage from Sumner County was taken. They did not find anything. Members of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office searched a landfill in Hopkins County. Ridge Porter, a spokesman for the Kentucky State Police, told People magazine. Despite exhaustive efforts, no leads or evidence pertaining to Sebastian's whereabouts were discovered during the operation. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office said in a release. Between 40 and 60 police officers came to the landfill, quote, with shovels and rakes. They had big machinery there to help them dig, and 2 to 3 cadaver dogs. They were out there all day yesterday, but they did not find anything. While we had hoped for a different outcome, our commitment to finding Sebastian remains unwavering. This was according to Sumner County Sheriff Sonny Weatherford. We will continue to explore all available avenues and resources to bring closure to this case and provide answers to Sebastian's family and loved ones. I think all the other information. The Sheriff's Office asked residents to review surveillance footage and trail cams. And they say, please focus on the time frame from Sunday afternoon through Monday morning. We believe even the smallest detail could be the key to locating Sebastian. If anyone has information on Sebastian's whereabouts, they are asked to call 911 or the Sumner County Emergency Center at 615-451-3838. Hey, dude, what are you doing? My cat just came back in. He's been running in and out. You can probably hear him. So that is the latest the latest that I found this afternoon on Sebastian Rogers. If there is anything that has developed between late morning, early afternoon since I last checked, please let me know in comments. Ooh, I gotta get caught up in comments. Yep, so Mind of Monsters was here, or is here. I should have put my hair back. I'm really messing with it. So Mind of Monster says, I copy and paste the you're talking about cases on a post-it notepad. So if my PC is on swap signal, you stole that from Daddy, didn't you? You're making fun of my swap signal. So far, I shouldn't say anything, but I think I finally got my swap signal out here in the country is working okay. My phone is working and my laptop is working. My second self is working. So let me finish reading. So if your swap signal, I'm not losing my stuff. I want to share. Oh yeah, I forgot you had a wrench too, so you can put in you can put a link to your channel, any link. Encyclopedia. I'm going to end up calling you Encyclopedia Brown. That's going to be my nickname. Encyclopedia of True Crime and the big long name. Has a channel. You can pop that in there, Mind the Monsters, if you want to. It's still a work in progress, they said, but Yes, unfortunately, Junior, the time is changing tonight. We lose an hour of sleep. So anybody, tomorrow's Sunday. So it won't affect me. Well, right now, any day won't affect me because I'm still putting in applications for jobs. But yeah, we lose an hour of sleep tonight. Yes, Mind the Monster says Chris Gideon is awesome. So glad to see you here. Yeah, I'm so glad to see him here too. I'm so glad. I told you you were PM at Mind the Monsters. You were private messaging me in Discord earlier, and I went over there and got and joined the cold case group. So I'm in, and as soon as I get off of here tonight, however long, hopefully it won't turn to a 3 hour, but we're already at almost 2 hours already. That's all right. That's what these true crime after darks are for. I'm gonna go check out some more. Some more cases in that group, and I'm going to start systematically going through the cases in that group and working them up, researching them, and featuring them here on my channel. Michelle C did make it. Michelle C, I don't know if you were here. I might have to go back if you missed it. Did you see the when I was talking about Diamond and King, the comment I got from Diamond's mother? I commented on the video that I did of them. If you didn't see it, I'll since my computer's behaving, I can go back in my slides and show it to you. Or you can go back and rewatch. Junior, if you're talking about Sebastian, I don't know. Sebastian or Junior asked, do they think he's been abducted? Apparently, I mean, they haven't, like I said, unless there's been something released within the last few hours. The latest is they're searching this landfill. And a couple of days ago, they said that they were still going to be searching for him, but they were going to start shifting more to an investigation. And in some articles, it has been said that it is a criminal investigation. Now, whether they think he was abducted or it has something to do with closer to home, closer to the neighborhood, I don't know. They have not released that information. But just from little things that they've been saying, is just, I'm very, of course, I was nervous about it anyway. Anytime a child, he's 15, I call him to me, 15 is a child. He's autistic. I'm very, very worried about this one. Even more worried than I was when they started making these little comments about they're shifting to an investigation and it could be a criminal investigation and so on and so forth. So I don't know. Like I said, I have about a 5-minute video of it's a kind of an uncut video. It's not just clips here and there. It's about a 5-minute continuous segment of an interview, part of the interview with the parents. Apparently it's the interview that everybody's talking about that's nitpicking about how the body language and what they say, which some of the things I have to, and I will play it if y'all want me to. Like I said, it's about 5 minutes and it will give me time to rest my voice a little bit. Oh, Michelle says she's just saying hi to everyone before going to sleep. Have a good sleep. And like I said, I know I teased you last night in the live stream when my Case of the Week live stream, but I was going to have some comments. But if you want to go back and rewatch this, if you missed it, I vetted it. It looks like that King or Diamond's mom commented on. Let me see if I can just go back to it right quick. Let me read down to make sure that you haven't answered my question. Oh, yeah, but I figured Junior said it is right behind you, Michelle, fixing to go to bed too. Good night. Yeah, Junior's early, going to bed early. What do you say? You go to bed with the chickens and wake up with the chickens. That's what my grandpa was, but he was a farmer all his life. So it's good having you here, Junior. I know it's way past your bedtime. So thank you as always, Junior. We love having you here. Yeah, Mom put in the Encyclopedia of True Crime and the Unknown channel link. Thank you very much, my dear. If Michelle said she missed it, but she would go back. If I don't know if she's still here. Let me get down and caught up in comments. Just trying to get caught up in comments. Junior subscribed to Encyclopedia. Thank you. Thank you. Encyclopedia says I've got to finish up a house remodel tomorrow, so I'm about to go to bed. Thank y'all, and I think you are doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for first live, a new subscriber. It's always good to get good people and fellow creators in our community. I said we like the good ones. The good ones. You're good people. So welcome, and we will definitely be checking out your channel. And we will be supporting it when you get your content up there. We will be supporting you. Mind the Monsters is putting in some more links. I'll put that up. I won't read it out loud because I don't know if YouTube will flag it, but another link to go check out. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Mom. Oh, Michelle said she was still here as of when did that? I don't know what time that was put up. 10:14. Okay, hold on, Michelle. Let me go back and let me find oh, there it is. It's right there. There's a comment, Michelle. She said, and I blocked out and how I vetted this was I checked she did have a picture up for her user profile picture, whatever you call it, on YouTube. I blocked it out in the name because I don't want the crazies and the trolls to but I compared that picture to a known picture of Diamond's mother that I still had from articles. Sorry, my cat is from articles that I'd used to research this case, and they were, twins. So I'm 99.9% that this is truly Diamond's mother. Said, hello, I'm Diamond's mother, King's grandmother. She said, I truly never understood that, but that's what was said. And I think she was referring to the fact that due to King, even though he was only 2 years old, he was technically in the being accompanied by an adult, even though Diamond was in her 20s, but she had I cannot for the life of me think of the name of the condition she had, that she had the mental capacity of a 9 or 10-year-old, and that that's why they didn't put out any kind of alert. So I think that's what she was saying when she said, I never understood that. But that's what they said was the reason they gave, the law enforcement gave for not putting out any kind of alert when they went missing. Good night, Junior. Good to have you here. Like I said, as always, I think you said you were in Kentucky tonight. I hope your whole family and your family member that you're taking care of is doing well. Thank you, Junior. We love you. Yes, Michelle C says, I'm so glad she found my video. Yes, I am too. There were 2 other comments. If you missed them, somebody that said that on the Amira Dedrick case, that said Amira was was a female that commented, was her friend's sister. And the bottom parts, of course, she gave known facts that I, found out. And at the bottom, she says she is very much still loved and searched for. So that's another thing. I also vetted this comment too, and this user. But anybody who's going to make a comment like that, she is very much still loved and searched for, makes me 99.9 that it's legit. Because most of the time, like I said, if a troll or somebody looking to just be mean is going to get on and try to say they're a friend or family member, they're going to be saying derogatory, mean things. So, and then the other one was the Alicia Minton case. Apparently her daughter, like I said, I blocked out the name. Said that was my mom. That's all she said. But I told her, sent her my thoughts, prayers, and condolences, and gave her my email address in case she ever wanted to contact me about anything regarding her mom, anything I got wrong about her mom or anything. So that is that. You're caught up with that. So now you can go to bed. Okay, so we went over Sebastian. So, thank you, Michelle. Michelle says these are the perfect examples of why what you are doing is so important. No, it's not just me. It's all of us. It's all the creators, the community, you guys out there, the like Minded Monsters and our Mr. Gideon, Mr. Chris, that has this Facebook group dedicated to getting like-minded people together to help bring more awareness to these cold cases. It takes all of us. It takes a village. Don't you get up on? No. Can you see? Get down. That was Tigger. He had to make his appearance. He'll probably be back. Anyway, that's my co-host Tigger. Anyway, yeah, it takes a village. It takes all of us, Michelle. But thank you for your kind words. Give a heart right back to you, my dear. Michelle, do you have a channel, Michelle? Did I not know that? Michelle, if you have a channel, you got a wrench, you can put your link to your channel. How did I not know you had a channel, or did I just forget? Or have you just not told me? I thought I was up on everybody, all my viewers and subscribers who had channels. Because I'm not like some, sorry, I keep messing with my hair. It's driving me nuts. I'm not like some creators who don't want other, and it's not creators that I watch on a regular basis or any that don't want other channels mentioned on their channel. Like I said, it takes all of us. I welcome I welcome the good ones, the good channels, and anybody who's watched my channel knows what I mean when I say the good ones. And you guys know who the good ones are. But yeah, Michelle, if you have a channel, if you're still here, throw it in there. Well, now you say you don't have a channel, so I'm confused unless Chris is talking about a different Michelle. Okay. Oh, trouble's here. Al on the Prowl is here. Hello, Dave. It's good to have you here. Dave is an OG. Me and Dave go way back to True Crime Web days. Mr. Steve and Mrs. Steve. If you guys have not checked out, anybody here has not checked out, either here or watching replay, has not checked out True Crime Web with Mr. Steve and Mrs. Steve, please do check it out. You can find the link. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Dave said he's what, you couldn't find my live. How could you not find my live? Dude, are you lost? He's prowling. What kind of prowling are you doing tonight? Dave said he is flying in to say hi. Hi, Dave. Are you working tonight? Are you going to be doing a late night live? Ah, get out from there. Get out. Sorry, my cat is getting places he shouldn't be. Get down. Sorry, I'm having to discipline my cat on camera. Get down, dude. I don't know how you couldn't find my live, but I'm glad you finally found us, Dave. Okay, Chris said he was thinking of a justice served daily. That's fine. Like I said, any good channels, what we call like-minded folk here that do it for the right reasons. It's no hype, no BS, no drama, no baiting, no trolling. That we encourage, we welcome, all the non-drama. Dave said for some reason he didn't get a notification. Yeah, I scheduled it earlier today. But yeah, a lot of times I don't get notifications for like Mr. Steve's lives or Chris's lives until they pop up and say, one of them so and so is live, and I'm like, well, crap. I said it to, unless I see it early and hit the notify me bell, I won't get a notification. So I'm sorry, Dave, that you missed the beginning, but you can always go back and watch replay. And if you do a lot, I don't know if you're working. I know you said your schedule was switched up. So I don't know if you're gonna do a late night live tonight or tomorrow or not. But just let us know either way so we can join you or watch the replay because Dave is on very late. Yes, Truth and Justice channel is good. Yes, I've watched Truth and Justice channel. Yes, sir. All right, so I'm going to play, since we're still on Sebastian Rogers, and I need to give my voice a rest and take care of some business. I'm going to play. It's just about, I'm going to mute my mic and my cam and play. It's about a 5-minute video, the part of the interview with Sebastian's mom and stepdad. So hopefully I will be back. Hopefully I won't see, I was gonna almost do it, push the wrong button to make myself go into the upside down or to the twilight zone or wherever I go to. So I will be back, hopefully.
So first, just express, I can't even imagine as a parent what you two are going through. How would you describe the situation right now? How are you coping?
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless and many other emotions all in one, and it's a never-ending roller coaster. It doesn't stop. It won't stop until he walks through the door.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Not anyone.
I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure that's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna come home.
He's gonna walk through that door. And this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug him, love him, and
that boy's gonna have more friends than he knows what to do with when he comes home.
So here we are, 8 days now searching for him. Walk us through that Sunday night that he went missing. So walk us through, we've got so many people who really want to know, okay, how did this happen? So kind of just walk us through that night.
We were out and about that day. We were having a really good weekend. We got home. Everything was pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom, I love you." Said goodnight to his puppies. A little bit later, I wound up going to bed, and when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there.
So in your mind, that's usually around what time? When do you normally wake up? Around 6 o'clock?
6.
So were you instantly thinking something's wrong, or were you like, he may just be already in the shower?
I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, "I can't find him." He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not in the house.
And so at that point, is that when you call 911, or what's going through your mind?
While we were on the phone, and I was like, is he on the other side of the bed? The normal places he may be in the house, you know, he wasn't. So I was like, okay, well, hold on a minute. And immediately after that, we called the sheriff's department and made the report.
I ran all over the house, outside, inside. I looked in every closet.
Within minutes, they were here. They responded within minutes, and here we go.
So you said you were on the phone with her, so you were not home?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was at work. I'm a tower crane operator, and I was working in Memphis at the St. Jude Project. So it's, you know, I have an earpiece in that talks to my phone. I have another earpiece in that does the radios. So when she was talking to me, I was like, what? I was confused. We talked about where he could possibly be, and then we went from there and led to calling the cops, and here we are now.
And within minutes, there you're at the home.
Yes, ma'am.
It was rapid fire. They had cars. They had cars from here down to the
main
road, as far as I could tell.
So what's going through both of your minds? I mean, are we panicking? Is it this, oh, I think he's probably at a neighbor's house, or what are you thinking?
My son doesn't run. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means. But there's answers to questions that have no answers, you know, or questions with no answers right now that we are searching for desperately, and we just don't have that.
Okay, I'm back. So that was just, I don't know how long that actual interview is. That was just like all I'd seen was just bits and pieces, clips of it. But that was just like a 5-minute uninterrupted, just to give me a little bit of break on my voice, and give y'all a break from having to listen to me babble. So that is the latest, unless there's something that's happened within the last few hours on Sebastian Rogers. Let's see what we got next. Get me full screen here so I can see what I'm doing again. Elijah Vu, we'll talk about him a little bit. I think there were some new charges. Make sure I find the right article. New details, and I'm going to put up I can find it, trigger warning banner for this, because it's not, I don't ever get very graphic on here, but obviously the nature of true crime, what we talk about is disturbing. But this is from NBCChicago.com from yesterday, and prosecutors release new details on days leading up to Elijah Vu's disappearance. It says new details emerged Thursday surrounding what prosecutors say happened in the days before 3-year-old Elijah Vu disappeared in Wisconsin. The mother of the young Wisconsin boy who vanished last month, Katrina Bauer, is now facing new charges in the case, and a judge rejected her request for a bond reduction after prosecutors said they had new evidence surrounding Elijah's last days before he went missing. He's been missing since February 20th when he disappeared from a residence in Two Rivers that prosecutors say Bauer had sent him to stay with her boyfriend to teach him. We have all heard about the disciplinary actions. Searches by police and residents over the last 2 weeks have so far not located Elijah, and the reward for information in the case has grown to $25,000. Prosecutors told the court Thursday they had evidence that Bauer, the mom, had left Elijah unattended for at least an hour on February 16th as she and her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, traveled to other locations throughout Manitowoc. They also said they had evidence that Bauer left a 6-year-old child unattended in a vehicle February 14th for around an hour in temperatures below freezing without the vehicle running. During Thursday's hearing, Bauer's attorney told the court that, quote, there's a lot of high emotion going on, but there's also a lot of high emotion going on with Mrs. Bauer. She's been worried sick, not knowing where her son is. Bauer of the Wisconsin Dells was charged last month with 1 felony count of party to a crime, child neglect, and 2 misdemeanor counts of resisting or obstructing an officer, and she is being held on a $15,000 cash bond. Manitowoc County prosecutors amended the felony count on Thursday to a charge of party to a crime, chronic child neglect, and also filed a misdemeanor charge of neglecting a child. Jesse Vang was formally charged in February with 1 felony count of party to a crime, child neglect. He is being held on $20,000 cash bond. We all know the story that we won't go over all that. She sent him to this Jesse Vang to teach him how to be a man. 3-year-old child. Jesse Vang called police February 20th, reported Elijah missing, telling officers he had taken a nap and brought the 3-year-old in the bedroom with him, but when he awoke 3 hours later, he was gone. So that was the little bit of the latest on Elijah Vu. Like I said, unless there's something that has come out within the last few hours. So, next, this is a story I think that I snagged from maybe Mind of Monsters or somebody's Discord that I'm in. Another horrible case. Let me once again find the right there it is. This happened in Worcester, Massachusetts. And this is from CBSnews.com from yesterday. A suspect in homicides of Worcester, mother and daughter held without bail. I just don't understand. I've said it once, I've said it before. There's a special place in hell for people who hurt children. So a Worcester man is being held without bail until a dangerousness hearing next week. One of 2 men accused of GSW, taking the life by GSW of 27-year-old Chastity Nunez and her 11-year-old daughter Zella as they sat in a parked SUV on Eaglewood Avenue around 3 p.m. Tuesday afternoon. 28-year-old Carol Mangual, Mangual, I'm probably butchering these names, with a history of alleged violence, is charged with 2 counts of armed assault to homicide and carrying a firearm without a license. Prosecutors say the horrific crime was caught on surveillance video. According to prosecutor David Faracho, quote, two people walk up to a vehicle and start pew-pewing the vehicle. Two men run down the street to where a witness say a white sedan was parked. Now, they say the white sedan was seen circling the area before the incident took place and took off shortly thereafter. Montgomery's alleged accomplice is 27-year-old Dejon Belnavis, who is pictured on the slide on the right. He is still at large. So that's why I wanted to bring this story to you out of Worcester. He is still at large. Prosecutors say a witness gave police a license plate number of the alleged getaway car, and through cell phone records, they traced the car to Hartford, Connecticut, where they say Belnavis has relatives, and where surveillance video also capture the two men getting out. And it says that this the other man that they captured was wearing the same distinctive purple and black sneakers. And I don't believe I have a picture. I might can share the screen. Hold on, let me try. Take this down for a minute. I don't know if this is going to work or not. To give you a picture of the gentleman that they caught. That's a picture of the one they caught. The Mangual is how it's spelled. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. But the picture on the slide is the one that is still at large that they need to catch. So just let me finish up with the article. Defense, trying to SWAT ads. Lost my place. Defense attorney Richard Farrell calls it a rush to judgment with no probable cause. He says, quote, there's no witness or otherwise to say that Mr. Montgomery is holding a firearm or was firing a firearm at a car. Although they have supposedly have video surveillance, video footage. In January of 2016, Montgomery pleaded guilty to several charges, including armed assault to homicide and possessing a loaded, very bad firearm. He was sentenced to 3 to 5 years in state prison. With Belnavis still on the run, it is unclear how the other gentleman allegedly made his way back to Worcester and was arrested at a traffic stop near a gas station that is also close to the crime scene. All of us, quote, all of a sudden I saw cops. They had firearms out, said a man who works at the gas station who did not want to be identified. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to share this page again to show the victims because they are the most important part. It says the victims are being mourned by family and neighbors. Chastity, or I might have a picture of them. Take the banner down. There they are. Those are the victims. Chastity Nunez served 4 years in the Connecticut National Guard and is remembered for her dedication, resiliency, and intelligence. And there with her is her daughter, Zella, who was just 11 years old. Says her wit, social nature, and dedication to duty made her one of the best soldiers in our unit. I cannot begin to make sense of why this happened and why her family, friends, co-workers, and fellow soldiers have been robbed of her and Zella. What we can and must do now is support one another as we grieve, process this profound loss, and honor their memory, said Major David Pitlick from the Connecticut Army National Guard. He also said she was, quote, more full of compassion than anyone I know. But with the suspect still at large, neighbors in Worcester remain uneasy. We just had an unsettling thing happen that has never happened here before. I can't even imagine how it is for the families, said Marie Morales. And it says a dangerousness hearing. I've not heard what do not know what a dangerousness hearing is scheduled for Parole, Montgomery for March 12th. So that is that story, that horrible story. But I just wanted to show it once again. What was his name? The one that is still on the loose that they're looking for. Sorry, I'm trying to find his name. Yeah, I know it's in here somewhere. Dejan Belnavis. Dejan is his first name. Belnavis. He is still on the loose. So anyone in the Worcester, Massachusetts, or I think it's at Hartford, Connecticut area, be on the lookout. If you see something, say something. Call 911. Do not approach. They did not say here, but just you have to go on the assumption of the nature of the crime that he is armed and dangerous. All right, let's see what we got going on. Hello, Miss Marissa. Good to have you here. Always good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody who's here, everybody who's popped in and out, everybody who's lurking, everybody who's watching on replay. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, no matter if you're watching it now or on replay, taking time out of your busy schedule to join us for these very important cases and missing persons that we're talking about. It's always good to have you here, Miss Marissa. See, some people are still hanging with me. What do we, it's just a little bit over 2 hours. We don't have well, I say we don't have a whole lot more. The more I started out with about 6 stories, and then I kept finding more and more things that I wanted to share, and I don't know how many I've ended up with now. This could be another 3 hour. So you might want to finish watching on replay. Anybody who needs to go to bed. I know we've got some late nighters. I think Marissa is one of my late nighters. Jocelyn usually pops in later on in the night. And Dave, I don't know if Dave is still here. He's a late nighter. He may be working though. He said he was listening. He's usually driving and listening. So say, Dave, if you're out there driving, be safe, my friend. Thank you. Marissa says it's always good to be here. I'll have to watch on replay. That's fine, dear. You know, that's fine. That's absolutely watching on replay is, and I forgot to check my watch hours. Like I said, as far as limited monetization, where I can do memberships and accept super chat, super stickers. We've surpassed the 500 required subs, and we were over 2,500 of the 3,000 required watch hours. So any watching that you guys can do and sharing, you know, and when I mean watching, sometimes I'll just put it on in the background or put my earbuds in and listen, put my phone in my pocket and listen while I'm doing other things to lives and videos of the creators that I watch. And that counts as watch hours. Plus you get the information. Apparently everybody knows Chris. Apparently Chris is a popular fella. Or maybe just Marissa's just saying, how are you, Chris? But at any rate, we'll see what we got next. So this, once again, Chastity Nunez and her 11-year-old daughter, Zella, their lives were taken. Another act of violence. So just pray, thoughts and prayers and good vibes to their family and friends and loved ones. Okay, so now I want to kind of brag on my home state of Arkansas for a minute. We made the national news tonight, and this, I might get a little bit emotional on this one. I'm not going to read the story, but I have a short video clip This is Mr. Bill. He works at the Cabot Walmart. I have seen when I did home health caregiving for 10 years. For 5 of those years, I had clients in Ward, and so we did their grocery shopping at the Cabot Walmart. Mr. Bill is a janitor maintenance man at the Cabot Walmart. He walked 5 miles, 10 miles round trip to get to back and forth to work every day until somebody, I'll just let you watch the video. But if you've watched on CBS, On the Road with what's his name, Steve Hartman, he does an On the Road segment, I think on Thursdays or Fridays. Well, it had to be maybe we watched it tonight or last night. Maybe it was Friday. Anyway, it was on the national news. So I will play the video. I will, once again, I'll mute my camera and my mic and put it full screen, because I just want to, in the midst of all this bad stuff we're talking about, I want to give you a positive story. So I will be back. If I don't push the wrong buttons.
Steve Hartman goes on the road to a small southern town where the simple act of giving someone a lift became a ride-sharing service for the soul.
In Cabot, Arkansas, just as the sun begins to set over the local Walmart, store janitor Bill Majalewski begins walking to work for his overnight shift. He will trek 5 miles, 2 hours, in any weather.
Pouring rain, you're walking 2 hours each way.
Yeah, I don't call out. I want to work.
He's going to go to work no matter what.
Snow?
Snow, I picked him up at 9 degrees the other morning. Let's go.
A couple years ago, Christy Conrad saw Bill out walking and offered him a ride. She got to know him, learned about his daunting daily commute, and how he's also legally blind. So she began driving him whenever she could. At least, that's how it started.
Why did you feel the need to do more?
I can't be always there, you know?
So what was your plan?
Mr. Bill's Village.
Mr. Bill's Village is a Facebook group Christy started a couple months ago. She was hoping to find just a few volunteers to keep an eye out for Bill when he's walking.
And within days, it exploded.
It caught on really quick. And now it's like everyone's competing to give Mr. Bill a ride. They'll click and see, is Mr. Bill out walking? Is he headed to town?
So people are just driving around the streets looking for him?
Pretty much. Just like where's Waldo, but where's Mr. Bill? Yeah. It's nice to see.
Today, the group has 1,500 members. In fact, here comes one now.
Hey, Mr. Bill. Do you need a ride to Walmart? All right. Come on, hop on in.
You always get picked up now.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And it's always somebody different.
It's never the same person from one day to the next.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of good people in this world. All over the place, you know.
And on that note, here's one more good person.
I'm pretty good.
Chris Puckett is a car dealer. He wanted to give Bill a vehicle.
I wasn't aware that you couldn't drive.
But since Bill can't drive,
I'm legally blind.
I got you. So.
He handed the key to Christy instead, putting the car in karma.
I don't even know what to say. Bill, go get in that front seat. Go over there.
Doing unto others. It's how they roll here in Mr. Bill's Village.
And thank you.
Steve Hartman, on the road.
Bye, babe.
In Cabot, Arkansas.
All right, guys, I just wanted to, there I am. Like I said, made me a little bit emotional. I just wanted to bring you a positive story. There are good people in this world, and we are just so, those of us who, sorry, my screen's messed up. Those of us who are true crime I just say true crime buffs, who are passionate about true crime and missing persons and cold cases. There are still stories like this. Like I said, this is very close to home for me. Was lucky enough when I was working, go into the Cabot Walmart to say hi to Mr. Bill whenever I would see him in there, and whenever we would be on our way to the grocery store, we would always keep our eye out to see if he was walking, and if we would have ever seen him walking, of course we would also have stopped to give him a ride. Very, very special gentleman, very dedicated. Lots of good people out there everywhere, not just in Arkansas. There are still good people out there. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I hope y'all got some good sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Some good vibes about Mr. Bill. Sorry, I'm trying to get my layout done here. Let's get caught up on comments. Chris says he's a night owl. Good, another night owl. Yes, Mind of Monsters. That is awesome. Like I said, I'd known about Mr. Bill for a long time, 5 years or so or more. When I was working home health and taking my clients to the Cabot Walmart, and we would see Mr. Bill, and then we were, like I said, that I think his name is Steve Hartman. It is On the Road on CBS on Thursdays or Fridays, and we were watching it, and the story popped up. We were like, oh my gosh, it's Mr. Bill. So we were just so proud, and just it brings tears to my eyes. Yes, Marissa says a lovely story. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. My mom says it takes a village. My mama taught me that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dave said, great story. I'm so glad you guys are into this. Like I said, I just wanted to bring some Mr. Chris says, I agree with that being a good story because that brings positive vibes. Absolutely. We always want to have, like I said, with the nature of true crime, missing persons, cold cases, it's just, it needs to be talked about. It has to be talked about and shared. So I just want to try to bring a little bit of some good vibes in every once in a while. Yep, Mom says it is good food for the soul. Absolutely. So that is Mr. Bill. And as far as I know, he is still working there. Not having to walk anymore. He's always got more than enough rides now. Thanks to all the wonderful people in and around Cabot. There's Dandy. Hi, Dandy Linus. Good to have you here. Dandy says sharing is caring. Yep. I wonder where you are, Dandy. One of my wonderful, my go-to mod, along with Al on the Prowl, Dave, and Junior, and Michelle C, and Mom, and all my other mods that help me out, that keep this from going into my lives, that keep my lives from going into a total dumpster fire. Chris agrees. Yep. Thank you guys for all the comments on that story. It warms my heart. Like I say, this one is really close to me. All right, so I won't babble anymore. Let's see what we got next. So this is another one, a cold case that needs attention. Let me get the find the article. I got so many bookmarks here. It takes me a minute to so Nashville is what I'm looking for. I'll find it, I promise. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hopefully it'll load. Yes, it loaded. So this is from newschannel5.com, and it is from, I think this is another one I might have snagged from somebody's Discord. It might have been Mom's or Dandy's or Mexi's or somebody, Shauna or somebody. and it is from, when is it from? March 4th, so just a few days ago, from Nashville, Tennessee. It says 8 years after Nashville man's homicide, Metro Police call for help solving the case. 8 years after a Nashville man was GSW inside his home, Metro Police renewed their push for information on who took his life. Metro Police said the incident, I can't say the S word, YouTube will zap me. Anyway, Metro Police said the incident happened just before 3 p.m. on February 26, 2016. Frank Lyman Jr., 69, who you see there on the right of the slide, was inside his home on Underwood Street with 2 children and 3 women when 3 men with bandanas covering their faces forced their way inside and demanded money. They stole cash from Lyman, a cell phone from one of the women, and GSW Lyman in the stomach before they ran off in a nearby alley. Mr. Lyman was taken by ambulance to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where he passed away a little over a week later. Detective Matthew Filter with the Metro Police Department's cold case homicide missing persons unit said, quote, to be robbed at GSW point and to have shots fired when you have infant children in the same room is a very volatile situation. Mr. Lyman was known as Sony to family and close friends. He was a father, grandfather, a great-grandfather. Family members said he was a high school basketball standout and he loved cooking and fishing. Metro Police believe that the people who broke into Mr. Lyman's home and took his life may or have talked about it through the years. They encouraged anyone with information on what happened to come forward and speak to them. Was it Dandy say? Dandy always says, if you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. Sorry, my screen is jumping. I have no doubt there are others out there who know who was involved in this or heard who was involved in this, said Filter. They may not realize that this case is still unsolved, that nobody has been held accountable for this crime. Filter said detectives haven't received any new tips on this case in recent years, but are still hopeful that that will change. The most helpful thing for us right now is anyone with information on this robbery, homicide. People's relationships change over time, and sometimes people who don't want to come forward at the time will come forward in the future. That's absolutely true. So if you have any information on who committed this crime, you can call the Nashville Metro Police Department Cold Case Unit at 615-862-7329. You can also call Nashville Crime Stoppers anonymously at 615-74-CRIME, CRIME. So I just wanted to share that. Definitely needs attention. If you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. Mom says, what part of Nashville is this? Let me go back and see if it said. It just says it was on Underwood Street. Now I've been to Nashville several times, but just I don't know. You know, I've just been to the Ryman Auditorium and to the big fancy hotel they have there. The one we were talking about, I think, Mom, that I couldn't finally remember the name. It just says Underwood Street. I don't think it gave a neighborhood. He was taken to Vanderbilt Med Center. No, that's all it said was Underwood Street. So if anybody who's good with looking up Google Maps or a Google GPS thing, I would do it, but I'm using my phone to go through StreamYard and record right now, so I can't do it. But that's a good question. That's all it said was Underwood Street. I don't know what Marissa's talking about, but she said your lives are amazing. Everybody's life is amazing in one way or another. You may not think it is, but it is. All right, so that is, like I said, if you're in the Nashville area, happen to be watching or watching replay in the Nashville area or not, please share this video to get the information about all these cases of missing persons out. So evidently mom knows that area because she said that is a bad area, old part of town. Okay. All right. Yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting you're in the southern parts like I am. So you know the southeast region of the United States because I'm in Arkansas. And I know you're either were or used to be in Florida, or I think you are in Florida. Oh, and while you're here, yes, that's it. You lived in Nashville 20 years. You're in Florida now. What you posted earlier, I saw on Discord and on your YouTube community page, the flowers and the cross that you took down to the Madeline Soto Memorial. Absolutely beautiful. So give Mom Mind of Monsters some love in the chat. Very beautiful flowers, very beautiful cross, very beautiful sentiment. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a wonderful woman. All right, let's see what we got next. So I came across this. I can't remember if I snagged it from somebody's Discord or just found it in my research, getting on the Google machine, as Mr. Steve calls it, and looking at. But this happened. It's not recent, but fairly recent. So a lady from and Mom, you may know something about this because the woman was from Florida. She went missing in Spain. And I might have to close out my tab and do a new one to get it to work. Me and my Dandy, my swamp signal. I'm having problems with my swamp signal out here in the country tonight. Dandy's the one that came up with I believe the swamp signal. My swamp signal hadn't been too good tonight. Oh, well, maybe making it. Oh God, and the heat just came on. I'm about to die. We're down here in Arkansas right now. We're in that in between, what they call kind of like the blackberry winter, or it's that in between where if you run the heat, it's too hot. But then if you at night, if you put the air condition on, it's too cold. We have the heat on right now, and I'm about to burn it up. But anyway, enough of my complaining. All right, so this comes from News Channel 5, and this happened 8 years ago. It says 8 years after. No, never mind. That's the article I just read. Oh goodness, hold on. I almost repeated myself again. So apparently, the husband denies any involvement in the disappearance of, I'm assuming his wife or his girlfriend's disappearance from Spain. I think I have the right article this time. It could have come up. There it is. This is from yahoo.com, and it is from February 21st of this year. And it says the husband of an American missing in Spain under suspicious circumstances played no part in her disappearance and disputes her family's contention that their impending divorce was, quote, nasty. And this is according to his what his attorney said. David, I'm going to butcher this, Knezevich. It's spelled Knezevich. I'll just call him David, the husband. Was in his native Serbia when his wife Anna disappeared from her Madrid apartment on February 2nd, and he has been cooperating with both Spanish police and the FBI, said Ken Padowitz, his Florida-based attorney. Anna, a 40-year-old naturalized American originally from Colombia, vanished shortly after a man wearing a motorcycle helmet disabled her apartment complex's security cameras by spray painting the lenses. Two of her friends received text messages from her phone the next day saying that she was running off for a few days with a man that she had just met. They say the messages were not written in her style and she would never leave with a stranger. Got pictures, trying to get down to the rest of the story. There it is. David, the husband, has worked with authorities. He has talked to detectives in Spain on a number of occasions. He has provided credit card information. He obtained a lawyer in Spain to sign documents that might help the Spanish authorities go into the apartment that his wife had rented, probably the United States version of a search warrant, I would assume. He is doing everything that he possibly can from Serbia. So apparently he's in Serbia right now, or when this article was written. He said that if David, 36, traveled to Spain, that would not help the investigation or the search. He does not speak Spanish. He does not have family in Spain. He does not have friends in Spain. He does not have a house or an apartment or any place to live in Spain, Padowitz said. Sana Ramu, a friend of Anna, said Tuesday that David told both her and Anna's brother that on February 2nd, he was at the couple's Fort Lauderdale home and not in Serbia. Ramu says whatever he did can obviously be confirmed by authorities. Madrid police on Tuesday said the investigation is ongoing, but did not release further details. David and Anna, who sometimes spell their surname Knezevic, have been married for 13 years. They own EOX Technology Solutions Incorporated, which does computer support for South Florida businesses. Records show they also own a home and 2 other Fort Lauderdale properties. One of those is currently under foreclosure. Anna's brother, Juan Haneo, called the divorce, quote, nasty in an interview with a Fort Lauderdale detective, or a report shows. He told police that David was angry that they would be dividing a substantial amount of money. But Padowitz said the couple split had been amicable, and that they had even talked of hiring just one attorney to finalize their divorce and divide their properties and other assets. That they were having a, quote, a nasty divorce, that's just blatantly false, said Padowitz. Ramu said Anna never told her the divorce was amicable, quote, but I also did not take part in all of their conversations. So that is that case. 8 years, and they have not found Anna. Her husband denies any involvement. Like I said, I don't know enough about this story. I just found this one article. I'm going to have to research it some more. But it's been 8 years, and Anna has not been seen or heard from again. So we have another cold case, missing person. Get caught up in comments. Mom says she's taking them in the morning, the flowers and the cross, to Madeline's memorial. Awesome. You're an awesome lady. Bless you. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes your way, Mom. Yep, Dandy agrees. Yep, Dandy put in Mom's channel, Mind of Monsters channel. Thank you, Dandy. Everybody, yes, everybody giving love to Mind of Monsters. Marissa says, thank you for being so thoughtful and caring. Absolutely. Oh. Mom says, I tried to pick out ones that will grow on their own, and the bulbs, the baby picked them out just for you. She was so proud to help. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I knew Dandy would. Dandy said, yeah, she was the one that suggested swamp signal because Mom is from Florida and it's that. Yeah. I'm in the country. I'm not in by a swamp, although there is swampland in Arkansas. I'm on the farmland here, but I still like the swamp signal. It's definitely swamp signal. It goes in and out, has its good days and its bad days, just like we all do. But anyway, so far right now, it's doing pretty good. It's kind of touch and go earlier. Yep. Mr. Chris says, thank you for doing that, Mom, and all the awareness you have done. Absolutely. Mind of Monsters is another excellent channel. Mind of Monster says that she does live in the swamp on a private road and her Wi-Fi has fits. I could think of some other words that I could call my Wi-Fi, but I definitely get kicked off YouTube if I said those words. How far are we in? Almost 3 hours. We're almost done, guys. Or we may be just getting started. My late nighters are starting to come in. Yes, and also I agree with Mind the Monsters. Just the little that I've seen of Chris's group, the cold case group. Thank you so much. Mom said, thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for all you do. Yes, and I'm definitely going to dig in to the group and dig into those cases that have been there, and almost, like I said earlier, systematically go through and start researching and featuring them on my little baby channel. So, sometimes when I want to, I'll get in my head, why am I doing this? I only have, which I'm proud of my 500 and something subscribers I have. I absolutely love each and every one of you, not just subscribers, but anybody who just happens across the channel. We've had several people that have come into the lives that have just happened across the channel. Even if you don't subscribe, that's fine. I mean, please do subscribe and give the thumbs up because that helps that YouTube algorithm push it out to more people. And that's the whole point, is to make as many people as possible aware. But yeah, on my little channel here, I'll do everything I can to bring awareness to any cases, any and all missing persons and cold cases. Well, thank you, Dandy. Dandy's another one of my OG. She says, I'm glad I'm here. You provide a ton of info on old cases that I've never heard of. Yep, that's what I do. That's my passion, is the cold cases. And I could just, at first, when I first started my channel, I was only doing cases from Arkansas because unfortunately, as in every other state, there are tons of cases that you don't hear of. Even, I thought, because I've been into true crime since I was old enough to know what true crime was. And then as I got older and matured and learned to appreciate and be passionate about sharing, making people aware of cases, there were so many cases just here in Arkansas that I'd never heard of, aside from the major ones. Of course, you have the Morgan Nick case, the West Memphis 3, now they're all Rebecca Gould, which that one was solved. Melissa Witt, Cleashindra Hall. I think I did put in the cold case group, I did share the Cleashindra Hall, and we talked about Cleashindra a little bit at the beginning of the stream tonight. But there are so many other cases out there, just like the Brandy Hutchins case that I came across that I did last week. The Christy Lee Yates case, the live stream case of the week I did last night. There's just so many out there. So, but I've tried to branch off into other states. I try to concentrate the Southeast region, but I'll do a case from anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world. All you gotta do is, like I said, I'm gonna start in the cold case group going through those cases, and then anybody is free to email me. Email me right there, or comment on any of my live streams or video uploads, but you can email me the victim's name, the state it's from, any information you may have, and I'll do my research and feature it any way I can. So I just totally lost my train of thought of what I started out talking about, but hopefully you guys understood everything I was talking about. Anyway, I'm getting goofy, and it's not even midnight yet. It's only 11:20 here. Let's see what we got going on. Yes, there is please do visit True Crime Web, Mr. and Mrs. Steve. Mr. Steve, probably anybody who's here, or maybe most people who's here know Mr. Steve is former law enforcement. He did everything from road patrol all the way up to a detective, sniper, SWAT team. He was a state certified CSI tech. He now goes out along with Chris from the Mob Crew, Carolyn from Unearthed Secrets, and everybody behind the scenes. They go out, and they're fixing to be out on the road now that summertime is coming. They can get out on the road. They go out free of charge to help families, try to help find their missing loved ones, and they work on cold cases to try to get families closure on these cold cases. And Mr. Steve has mentioned that they have on he can't give details, of course, right now. Maybe down the road, he may be able to let us know what they're working on. But they gave some information and some evidence on what one of the cases they've been out working on this past summer to the DA and to law enforcement, and they're moving things along. He said the wheels are rolling. So they're making progress. So please, Mr. Steve, they have a nonprofit organization that you can donate to. You can also do all the standard. They are, his channel is monetized, so you can donate through the membership. You can memberships, super stickers, super chats, PayPal. They have all kinds of ways. But the best way they say to donate is through the organization because it's nonprofit. And they get everything from that. So I got not sidetracked, but absolutely. Danny says we appreciate everyone that stops in. Absolutely. Mom says I interviewed Mac. You had to fill me in on the Mac. One of the investigators on the West Memphis 3. I met her at a crime con. She is awesome. Yes, West Memphis 3. You've been hearing me, guys have been hearing me talk about it. I've been trying to work on a series of videos about the West Memphis 3 case. Not that it hasn't already been analyzed up, down, sideways, every way you can analyze and tear it apart. But just from, like I said, I'm only an hour and a half down the road from West Memphis. And I was in my middle 20s when it happened. And so, of course, it was all over the news here. I know all about it. So I just kind of wanted to I don't have any earth-shattering new information, but just kind of do a series of videos, bite-sized chunks, going over the whole case from the beginning to end, and kind of give my perspective of what it was like to be in this area, in the town that I live in the Bible Belt, when this was happening, and everything that, people's opinions, people have their opinions, and I have my opinions, but that is for another night. For when I do start getting these, either do them as live streams, or, so if anybody, please let me know before I start on them, if anybody would be interested in, doing maybe every other week, I'll do an episode, series on the West Memphis 3, just to give my perspective. Or not, you guys may not be interested in it. Like I said, I'm not gonna go. There's plenty of other channels out there, good, that have done really good in-depth analyzing of that case. And it's like, nobody, it's either you think they're guilty or you think they're not guilty. It's kind of, there's really no, for most people, there's really no in the middle. It's either you think one or the other. And we respect everybody's opinion is welcome here. All we ask is you respect everybody's opinion. Or you might not have to respect you don't have to agree with their opinion, but you just have to respect each other and respect that everybody has a right to their opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway. So yes, I would like I said, very interested in the West Memphis 3 case. And that's the one, like I said, from my home state. The West Memphis 3 case, I so want to know, regardless if they did it or not, or if somebody else is responsible, if the quote West Memphis 3, Eccles, Miss Kelly, and Baldwin didn't do it. My biggest thing with that, and I don't want to get into a whole thing with the West Memphis 3 right now, but my whole thing with that is that Damien or Eccles is trying to get the evidence that they said mysteriously disappeared and they couldn't find, but it appeared all of a sudden it reappeared. Anybody who's been following the West Memphis 3 case and that whole thing knows what I'm talking about. Why? I have my opinions why Arkansas officials do not want that evidence retested or to be tested, but what do they have? I know what Arkansas would have to lose, but that's my personal opinion that I'm not going to go into right now. But test the evidence. It will either say that Eccles, Baldwin, and Miss Kelly, or it could prove that they did it, could prove that they didn't do it. It could have somebody else's DNA that they have never talked about, or people that they have talked about. Either way, in my opinion, it can't hurt. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to get all up in the West Memphis 3 case tonight, but it's another one that drives me batty. I just want to know the truth, one way or the other. I want to know the truth. Those 3 little boys deserve justice, but unfortunately, it's one of those that turned into a circus. Dandy, I don't know if I've ever known that. Dandy says, I'm a true crime. I think you mean buff. You put something else, but I think you meant buff. I'm a true crime buff because my cousin, which was like a brother, his life was taken when we were 15. Oh my goodness. I might have known that and I'm so sorry, Dandy. Thoughts, prayers, good vibes your way, my dear. Yes, Chris says, can you please tell us about the case? That's completely up to you, Dandy, whatever you're comfortable with sharing. You're not a butt. You're not a butt. I guess I can say butt on YouTube and not get in trouble. You're not a butt. We can all be butts at one time or another. Dandy, are you okay with me you're explaining your case? Are you okay with me putting it up on the screen or not? Dandy says it was my cousin, 15 homicide over substances, high people involved, so it was never solved. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Dandy. So sorry. All right, so I think we finished up with the Florida and Mom. I don't know if you ever, if you said that you knew about this case, I'm just assuming because it was from Florida, you might have known something about this Florida case or the lady from Florida that disappeared in Spain. All right, we'll see what we have next. So we have a cold case that was solved. You know, I love DNA and forensic and all that good stuff. So we have, let me get the article loading. What my channel is all about, it should be all about, is cold cases. I always love a solved cold case. So a Virginia man has been arrested after DNA forensic advancements link him to 2 cold case homicides. And I think somebody put in Discord, put a link to this, because I think I saw it in somebody's Discord today. I'm like, hey, I'm going to talk about that case tonight. So this comes, I'm sorry for my hairs in my face, foxnews.com, and it is from March 5th, so just 3 or 4 days ago. A Virginia man arrested after DNA forensic advancements link him to 2 cold case homicides. Elroy Harrison, who you see there on the right side with the orange, literally orange shirt, it says orange, is charged with first-degree abduction with intent to defile and aggravated malicious wounding in the homicide of Jacqueline Lord. So this is from Stafford County, Virginia. Investigators arrested a suspect Tuesday in connection to 2 cold case homicides that occurred in 1986 and 1989 after advancements in DNA forensics led to his identification. The Stafford County Sheriff's Office announced that 65-year-old Elroy Harrison was indicted on Monday on charges of first-degree abduction with intent to defile and aggravated malicious wounding. And I do have, don't let me forget to advance my slides, I do have pictures of the victims. And malicious wounding in the homicide of 32-year-old Jacqueline Lord. In a post on Facebook, the Sheriff's Office said Lord was last seen on November 14th, 1986, when she was working at Mount Vernon Realty, and I think, oh, I have to go back over and do it. So there's Jacqueline Lord. So she was last seen on November 14th, 1986, when she was working at Mount Vernon Realty in the 300 block of Garrison Road. The office closed at 9 p.m. that night, though Lord had never made it home. The next morning, employees of other businesses in the area were getting ready to open for the day and discovered a scene at the realty office that indicated there was some sort of what they say horrific struggle, according to the sheriff's office. Both Lord and her vehicle were missing from the scene, and detectives from the sheriff's office, with the help of the Virginia State Police Crime Scene Unit and the FBI, processed the scene and collected evidence, including blood. On November 16th, 1986, 2 juveniles were playing in a wooded area in Woodbridge, Virginia, when they discovered a body under a pile of discarded carpet. Stafford's detective also processed that scene along with the FBI and Prince William detectives, and the body was identified as Jacqueline Lard there that you see on the slide. Her missing vehicle was found on December 18th, 1986 in Fairfax County, which also presented investigators with additional evidence to process. While investigators from all the agencies involved exhausted all the leads, none led to the identification of a suspect, and the case went cold. As forensic investigative genetic genealogy improved, Stafford County Sheriff D.P. Decatur Jr. and Detective D.K. Wood pounced at the opportunity to use the advancements to possibly identify the offender. Wood worked with Parabon Nanolabs, which provides DNA phenotyping to analyze the DNA found at the crime scene, which linked the homicide of Lard to the unsolved homicide of Amy Baker, whose life was taken in Fairfax County in 1989. And I do have a picture of, there is Amy Baker. Stafford and Fairfax County investigators worked together to bring the suspect to justice. And on December 14th, 2023, they were able to get a name. Following up on leads created by modern technology, investigators obtained a search warrant to get DNA from Harrison. And in February, the Department of Forensic Science reported the DNA was a match. Harrison was indicted by a Stafford County grand jury on Monday, and he was arrested Tuesday. He has since been placed in Rappahannock Regional Jail and is being held without bail. The Fairfax County Police Department is collaborating with prosecutors to establish charges against Harrison for Baker's homicide as well, for Amy Baker. According to the Fairfax Police Department, 18-year-old Amy Baker was last seen leaving a relative's house in Falls Church on the night of March 29th, 1989. Her car was found on the side of Interstate 95 later that night. Amy's body was found on March 31st of 1989 in a wooded area off of the same interstate. So we have two cases, two cold cases from the 80s, late 80s, solved with DNA. I love bringing those kind of cases. It's always good when cold cases are solved. It always makes me happy. Yes, once again, if you want to join the group, it's called Cold Cases. It is a private group that focuses on cold cases. If you want in, please agree to the rules and answer the membership questions. I just joined earlier this evening, and I'm going to dive back into it and start researching these cases, cold cases, and start featuring them on here. So please do check out the group, join. If you're serious, you got to be serious about it, which I know most of my community is very serious about, very serious, very passionate about these cold cases. Okay, so Mom says she's heard about it, but have been focusing on Madeline. Are you talking about the Spain? Yeah, absolutely. I understand. Most definitely. Hey, cut off your, Chris started a thought on, said I thought that on West Memphis 3, there's either am I missing something? Or did you cut off? Let me make sure my computer's not, I'm cutting it, not cutting off. Chris may have to finish his thought. I guess it got cut off. I hope I didn't accidentally throw him put him in timeout. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't think I did. I don't think I pushed any wrong buttons. I'll be like Mr. Steve and accidentally put people in timeout. Did not mean to. Dandy, I don't know if there's a way you can tell if I accidentally put somebody in timeout. I hope I didn't. I don't want to put Mr. Chris in timeout. Oh, I don't think I did. It may be on my end. It may be. See, I'm sitting here pushing buttons. I'm going to put myself in timeout here in a minute, probably. There we go. Okay. Anyway, maybe Chris will finish his thought if he's still here, if I didn't accidentally kick him out. All right. Oh, gotta have a drink. 3 minutes, over 3 hours. I think we're almost done. Oh, this is a case I think that I did find a horrible case. I think I did find a snag from somebody's Discord. Probably either Dandy or Shauna or Mom or one of them. This is another one that, don't want to down the system, but now I'm getting hot again. See if it'll come up. I might have to close the tab and I think I can put it out of the way. I think I showed all the videos I was going to show. Get a new tab. Make sure I got the right article. So this comes from NBC4.com, and it is from March 4th of this year. So about a little bit less than a week ago. Boy found deceased after Amber Alert, and he was removed from mother's home after being left outside alone. It's from Columbus, Ohio. A 5-year-old boy found deceased in February was removed from his biological mother's custody 2 years ago after she left him outside as punishment and hoped that he would be kidnapped. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Making my Irish come out. Investigators found the body of Darnell Taylor in a Columbus sewage drain. Oh, hold on. What I'm gonna forgot to do. Put up my banner before I go any further. Investigators found Darnell Taylor in a Columbus sewage drain on February 16th, days after his disappearance triggered a statewide Amber Alert. His legal custodian, Pammy May, who is pictured there on the right hand of the slide, lost my place, has been charged with his homicide, with this baby's homicide. May became Taylor's legal guardian in May 2023, according to Franklin County Children's Services. Because most documents related to children's services cases are not public records, much remains unknown about how and why May was granted custody. Yeah, that's the question I would have. But court records obtained by NBC4 show that in March of 2022, Children's Services requested custody of Taylor due to allegations that his biological mother neglected him. I don't know if I can use the A word, abused. In a complaint to the Franklin County Court, a Children's Services caseworker detailed how police were called to Taylor's mother's house to check on him after a neighbor saw him outside in a stroller for more than an hour crying for his mother. After making multiple threats of harm to herself and others, including her child, Taylor's mother was involuntarily hospitalized. Taylor's mother told the caseworker that she left Taylor outside to discipline him, according to the complaint, and mentioned previous instances of PA. That's what I'll just say for physical abuse. PA. She kept repeating that she wanted her son to not be alive anymore, the complaint read. She was hoping that he would be kidnapped, and that is why she left him outside in the stroller. NBC4 is not naming Taylor's mother because she was never charged with a crime. May was arrested in Cleveland. Sorry, my screen jumped. Okay, there we go. May was arrested in Cleveland after her car was found abandoned in Brooklyn. Last week, a grand jury indicted her on charges of aggravated abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence. She is being held on a $4 million bond and will undergo a psychiatric evaluation at the request of her attorney. So that is just horrible. Another, no, I don't want to keep bringing this down, but just what is it with these adults that are supposed to be, these adults that are supposed to be taking care of these kids, and you just can't. And not all, I'm not by any means saying that all, obviously all parents are not bad, but I think it's just because we're subject to, if we let ourselves be, and that's why I have to cut myself off and take a break from watching news and true crime, just to give my mind a rest from all this horribleness. But we're just bombarded with this 24/7 news cycle, social media. So we're just bombarded from all directions by all this evilness that goes on, and we forget. Just like that's why I brought you that story earlier about Mr. Bill, from Cabot. There are still good people out there, but it's just what does it say? The media say if it bleeds, it leads. I just wish they would report on some more, just like that. CBS News does do at least one story on Thursday or Friday, on the road with Steve Hartman, which is where the Arkansas story about Mr. Bill came from. But we need a 24/7 good news station. If anybody knows of any of those, please let me know. Yeah, Marissa says the systems are broken no matter where you are. Exactly. Oh, Chris said that he did get cut off. Did I cut you off, or did some? Yes, we're of the same thinking. Chris says, I think one of the stepdads involved. Yes, because and I don't mind saying this because on this channel we don't name any names that have not been publicly named by either law enforcement or credible news sources. But one of the stepdads, Terry Hobbs. Okay, I'm not going to say I don't think they said it was definitively his DNA, but DNA that could be, or they might have, I don't know, it's been so long since I read it, that DNA that was either his or very closely matched his DNA and David Jacoby's DNA, which David Jacoby is good friends with Terry Hobbs. Both of they found hairs tied inside the knots of one of the shoestrings that were used to bind the boys. Both of two hairs that were identified as being a very, very close match, if not matching, Terry Hobbs and David Jacoby were found tied inside the knots. So I don't mind saying that because that was released by law enforcement and credible news sources. So because everybody, once again, I want to go off on the tangent about West Memphis 3, but that's okay. Everybody always thought that the other stepfather, oh my gosh, my mind is totally blown now. The other stepfather, that in the because I watched all three of the documentaries, HBO documentaries that were made, the Paradise Lost, which was heavily slanted towards the Eccles and Miss Kelly and Baldwin being innocent, which they could be. I mean, who knows? That is the question. But the other stepfather that was in the was so weird in those documentaries. They always, people pointed the finger at him, but I think he's just, and I think he ended up passing away. I think in a lot of the parents, because for the life of me, somebody tell me his name, please. It's driving me crazy. My mind is shutting down. Terry Hobbs was Stevie Branch's stepfather, and the other stepfather, anyway, he ended up not Terry Hobbs, I believe. As far as I know, Terry Hobbs is still alive. But the other stepfather was, I think, killed in a car accident. His first wife did pass away under kind of suspicious circumstances, and I think there's been some other family members, mothers or stepfathers or stepmothers that have passed away in the West Memphis 3 case. But anyway, what is the other stepfather's name? I know this case, the West Memphis 3 case, inside and out. It's just, I guess my brain is shutting down. I've been babbling too long. But anyway, I agree with you, Chris, about if you're talking about Terry Hobbs. Now, you might not be talking about Terry Hobbs. If not, just let me know if I'm wrong about which stepfather you were talking about. But my thing is, and this is just purely my opinion, another reason that I want to try to do a video or a series of videos about the West Memphis 3, just from my perspective about what it was like down here in the Bible Belt, when the satanic panic was going on, when this trial was going on. In my opinion, just from the evidence or lack of evidence that they had in this case, which was basically Jesse Miss Kelly's confession, although he did confess more than once to more than one person. And these other little teenage girls that supposedly heard Eccles saying that he did it, and this other woman that said she was going to play undercover detective and said that she got in with Eccles and he took her to some kind of satanic, but she recanted. I mean, in my opinion, from the lack of evidence that they had in that case, even if they were guilty, they shouldn't have been convicted on that lack of evidence. But once again, I'm not a lawyer, but I can just tell you that the Bible Belt prejudices and the satanic panic had a lot to, in my opinion, had a lot to do with them being convicted. That's just my opinion. So you kind of get an idea of, if I do the videos about the West Memphis 3, kind of what they'll be about, just my perspective and a little bit of my opinion. Of course, I could be totally wrong. They could be guilty, but like I said, just test the evidence, and then maybe if there's enough evidence to test to get any results, you get it. Yeah, they did it. Although now, since they gave them the alpha plea and let them out, I don't know if they can be retried or anything. I don't think they can. I'm not sure, but once again, I'm not a lawyer. But anyway, I said I'll quit talking about the West Memphis 3. I'm probably boring you guys to death. You're quiet. All right, let me see what I got. Oh, so we'll get into. I had to throw in at least one dumb criminal. So we have this New York scientist. Let me get the article going. I promise, guys, we're almost done. I think I have something on the Menendez brothers. Blast from the past. So this New York scientist pleads guilty to operating a Breaking Bad style EM lab after mistakenly calling cops on himself. So we can laugh at some dumb criminals, lighten it up a little bit. Because as far as I know, no one got harmed or injured in this story. So this is from Fox News, and it is from February 19th. Like I said, New York scientist pleads guilty to operating Breaking Bad style EM lab after mistakenly calling cops on himself. So, a New York scientist has pleaded guilty to charges in connection with running a Breaking Bad style lab that police first discovered when he reported a break-in last year. So he reported a break-in at his own EM lab. Rocket scientist, obviously he's not a rocket scientist, Matthew Lashinsky, 23, of Farmingville, inadvertently turned himself in when he called police on June 7th at about 3:30 a.m. to report a burglary at his business. Quantitative Laboratories LLC, which is located in Ronkonkoma. I don't know if I pronounced that right. According to the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office. Suffolk County Police responded to the scene and found broken glass at the entrance of the lab. Officers also discovered what appeared to be a clandestine laboratory that was involved in the manufacture, production, and preparation of EM and other substances. A search warrant for the property was then obtained, and police found more than 100 items of lab equipment, chemical reagents, and solvents used in the manufacture, production, and preparation of illegal substances. Police also located angel dust. I don't know what I said it. What substances I can say without getting flagged. Anyway, they found all kinds of different substances. More than 625,000 milligrams of pure K. More than 20 plastic 55-gallon drums of something I can't pronounce. Some kind of hydroxy acid, something. Oh, otherwise referred to as the date assault drug. About $40,000 was also seized from the property as police executed the search warrant. This defendant was opening a Breaking Bad style lab and tried to conceal it under the guise of a legitimate business. Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney, that's a familiar name, said in a press release referring to the fictional television series Breaking Bad. And anybody who hasn't watched Breaking Bad, it's a very good show, in my opinion. He then inadvertently turned himself in when he reported that a burglary occurred in that same business. Lashinsky pleaded guilty on, and you can see the rocket scientist over there on the slide. He pleaded guilty on Thursday the 13th to 13 charges, including unlawful manufacture of substances, unlawful disposal of substances, criminal possession, and a reckless endangerment. Despite he is due back in court for sentencing on March 20th. Despite admitting to manufacturing, Lashinsky's attorney David Bestow told Newsday that his client is a, quote, brilliant scientist who is analyzing addiction, quote, for the public good, and denied accusations that he sold out of his lab. Bestow said Lashinsky applied for a license to the Department of Environmental Conservation, but was working without the correct certification at the time of his arrest. And Bestow said, quote, unfortunately, he went about it the wrong way. Well, you think? Oh, guys. Oh, no. The second cell pooped out on me. Yep, you don't catch the smart ones. Well, sometimes you do, but so what do you guys think about this brilliant scientist here trying to be Walter White? Lord help us. At least he didn't. Well, at least I guess one thing is silver lining. At least he didn't blow anything up in the lab. Oh goodness. Sorry, my second self was pooping out. Let's see. Binder Marshall says, just listening, never bored. Oh, what was his name? Hold on. Let me go. It's going to drive me crazy till I think of it. And probably as soon as I try to, you'll hear me pounding on my keyboard here. Oh. I'm thinking of the other stepdad's name. We'll get there. We'll get there. Somebody will probably get it in chat before it comes up. Let me go to Wikipedia. That usually has the. And his name, I'll slap myself in the face when I get his name because it's right there, right on the tip of my tongue. So Terry Hobbs was Stevie Branch's stepfather, and then you had this stupid thing will come up. Stevie Branch, Michael Moore. Hold on, we're getting there. John Mark Byers, Christopher Byers' stepdad. John Mark Byers. He was the other stepdad, the one I was trying to think of. Good Lord. John Mark Byers. He was the one, John Mark Byers was the one that was featured, that was in, if anybody interested in the West Memphis 3, watched the, whoever did the 3 Paradise Lost murders in Robin Hood Hills documentaries I shot on HBO. Sometimes you can find them on YouTube surreptitiously. People put them on YouTube. I've watched all of them numerous times back in the day when I had still had HBO back in the day on my satellite. But John Mark Byers was the one that was in there, and they really played it up, and he played to the camera. He was a strange fella, but I don't think he had anything to do with it. I think in my opinion, if any of the family members had to do with it, I would be looking at Terry Hobbs and the friend David Jacoby. But then you also had the supposed, they called Mr. Bojangles, the one that came into it was a black male that supposedly came into one of the local Mr. Bojangles restaurants and supposedly had blood all over him and left blood in the bathroom. And then the people that were in the Mr. Bojangles restaurant just casually called the police, and they sent one officer out and didn't even take any samples of the blood that was supposedly smeared all over the bathroom. So you've got all sorts of other avenues that they could have looked into more. Marissa says, anyone get the feeling he was dabbling his own product and got paranoid someone was robbing him? Yeah, I think probably, yeah. That's a good point, Marissa. Uh-oh. Hello, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve says, good morning, just finished a 17-hour day. God bless you, Mr. Steve. Anybody who is new here, we do have some new people that have popped in. This is Mr. Steve from True Crime Web. We were talking about him earlier. Yes, Mr. Steve, we talk about you and Mrs. Steve. Always good. This is Mr. Steve from True Crime Web. He is out on, I'm assuming you're out on the road. You said you just finished a 17-hour day. God bless you, sir, and all your team that's out there with you. I know you can't say what you are doing, but whatever you are doing, they're doing very good work. Be safe. Get some rest. Please, sir, all of you get rest. But isn't always an honor when Mr. Steve pops in. He's a late night fella too. I don't think Mr. Steve sleeps a lot. He's either dragging Mrs. Steve through the woods, or threatening to throw her off a boat, or he's messing with his creepy mannequins, doing his wonderful recreations and experiments that he does, CSI experiments that he does, because he is a former certified CSI tech. And now he's out since the weather has gotten better. He's out. He and the team are out helping families with some cold cases. But welcome, Mr. Steve. Yeah, Marissa says that is a long day. Okay, so Mr. Steve says the knife is very compelling. What knife are you talking about? Are you talking about, did you come in on our West Memphis 3 conversation? Yeah, we kind of got sidetracked with West Memphis 3, but that's okay. Just let me know if I'm, uh-oh. Yeah, everybody's saying hi to Mr. Steve. Yes, give Mr. Steve, definitely give Mr. Steve some love. Says he just returned from a recovery site. Gotcha. I know you probably can't say anything, but gotcha. Yes, West Memphis 3 case. You talking about the knife that they recovered from the pond or whatever it was out behind one of them's houses? Because there was that knife they recovered. Once again, we're going off on a tangent again on the West Memphis 3. Because they did find the K-bar or whatever, that's become a popular term, that style knife. Supposedly, they found it in a pond behind one of the either the Hobbs house or the Byers house, I think. Or it may have been one of the, it was either behind the Hobbs house or the Byers house. But then, another thing that we've been talking about Terry Hobbs, only because he has been publicly named, because we know about we were talking, I don't know if Mr. Steve was here, we were talking about the hair could be from Terry Hobbs and David Jacoby, the friend that was found inside the knots of the laces that were used to bind some of the boys. But there was also Stevie Branch's mother, Pam Hobbs, said that there was like a little pocket knife that Stevie always had with him, and that when they recovered the boys' bodies and recovered some of their clothing, they did not recover that knife, which they were found in water, so it could have been washed away or just not found in because it was a very muddy little creek place that the boys are found in the water. But Pam has claimed that she later found some kind of metal lockbox that belonged to Terry Hobbs, her husband, Stevie's stepfather, and that Stevie's little pocket knife was in there that he always carried with him. Now, take it with a grain of salt. That's just what she said, but I mean, why would she lie? Because I believe not too long after after this happened, that she and Terry divorced. So it's just food for thought. Okay, yeah, there we go. So I knew it was one of them. Yes, Stevie's knife found in the Hobbs box. Huge if true. Yes. Yeah, the one Terry had. Yeah, because I think the one that they supposedly the K-bar style knife they found in the pond either didn't have anything to do with, they didn't find it, didn't have anything to do. But yes, the pocket knife that Pam said that Stevie always carried with him was not found with him, but was found in that lockbox. To me, that, like you said, if it's true, it's huge. Yes, sir, you're correct. I'm glad you agree with me on that. It's always good when a professional like Mr. Steve agrees with something that I say. Makes me think I'm on the right track sometimes, or at least kind of thinking in the right direction with my thinking. So yeah, I've always had questions about Terry Hobbs and Jacoby, the friend, because they had Terry Hobbs and David Jacoby had differing stories about, first they said they were together, then they said they were together some of the night, and then they weren't together, and their stories have changed over the years. So that's another red flag, obviously. Right. I don't know how much more. What else we got? Oh, goodness. So apparently, we'll have a blast from the past. That might be the last one I have. Yeah. For any late nighters that are still here, there's 4 people here. The Menendez brothers. Does anybody remember the Menendez brothers? Let me get the article up. Apparently, there's something that's happening that has supposedly, it says convictions in Menendez family homicides in jeopardy after new letter and a claim bolsters brother's defense. So let me find the article. Where is, oh, there it is. Okay. Thought I lost it. Lost it for a minute. And the guy in the middle, if any of you, any other 80s babies out there, the guy in the middle is a member of Menudo. So if anybody that is around my age, I'm 52, remembers Menudo. I loved Menudo back in the day. Apparently, supposedly, and I'm going to put the, I'm not going to get graphic, but I'm going to put the banner up, if it'll work. Okay, put the banner up. So this is from Fox News, and it is from March 6th, so about 3 days ago, and it says, convictions in Menendez family homicides in jeopardy after new letter and A claims bolster brothers' defense. Lyle and Eric Menendez hope letter written before 1989 homicides of Kitty and Jose Menendez, and SA claim against their father could free them after 30 years. Now, this is something that I don't know if I came across this, just popped up in my Google feed or something, the Google machine feed. So Eric and Lyle Menendez, 2 brothers behind bars for more than 3 decades for the 1989 homicides of their parents, hope that new evidence of their alleged SA may set them free. The 2 brothers, now 56 and 53, do admit that they took the lives of Kitty and Jose Menendez, their parents, in their Beverly Hills home. What is in question is why they did it. While prosecutors argue the brothers carried out the crime for access to their family's sizable fortune, the brothers claim that they did so out of fear after a lifetime of physical, SA, and emotional abuse. And when I first heard about it, I cried. The elder brother, Lyle Menendez, told 48 Hours for me, it was very meaningful to just have things come out that caused people to realize, okay, at least this part of what it's about is true. So what is? So Cliff Gardner, one of the brothers' attorneys, told 48 Hours that the brothers should have been convicted of man rather than first degree in light of their alleged abuse, which would have carried lighter sentences that the brothers would have finished years ago. In their initial 1993 trial, which became a national sensation, anybody who was around that time knows that, when it was broadcast by Court TV, the two brothers claimed that their father threatened to take their lives if they spoke about the SA they were experiencing. Two relatives, including the brothers' cousin, Andy Kano, claimed that Eric confided in them about the SA long before Jose and Kitty lives were taken in August of 1989. Trying to get down to the new stuff here. They were initially tried separately. Prosecutor Pam Bozanich argued that, quote, men could not be SA'd because they lacked the necessary equipment to be SA'd, which that's an asinine statement. Immediately after the crimes, the brothers told police that an intruder had taken the lives of their parents. In the following months, prosecutors said they began to spend extravagantly on travel, business, and luxury items. Eric did confess to the crimes to his psychologist, Jerome Oziel. Remember Dr. Oziel, who told his then mistress, Judalyn Smith. When Dr. Oziel ended the relationship, Smith told police about the brothers' involvement in the crimes. The brothers were arrested in 1990. Both brothers' trials ended in mistrial when neither jury could decide whether the men were guilty of man or homicide, according to the 48 Hours special. In their second trial, Judge Stanley Weisberg limited testimony about the SA claims, did not allow jurors to vote on man charges instead of homicide charges. But a letter that Gardner said was written by Eric Menendez to his cousin about 8 months before the crime in 1988, which was recently unearthed from a storage unit by Kano's mother, supports the men's claims. In the letter, it says, quote, I've been trying to avoid that. It's still happening, Andy, but it's worse for me now. Reads the letter in part. Every night I stay up thinking he might come in. I'm afraid he's crazy. He's warned me 100 times about telling anyone, especially Lyle. So now is when we get to this new information. So you see in the middle there of the three pictures is Roy Rosello. He is a former member of the Puerto Rican boy band Menudo. Has made claims, now these are just claims, that also support the brothers' story. So Rosello, now 54, said Jose Menendez, who was an executive at RCA Records at the time, allegedly SA'd him when he was between 14 and 15 years old. In a sworn affidavit filed in 2023, he said that he went to the Menendez home in the fall of either 83 or 84. He felt like he had, quote, no control over his body after drinking a, quote, glass of wine. Then Rosello claims the elder Menendez took him to a room and assaulted him. The former performer said that the elder Menendez assaulted him 2 other times before and after a performance at Radio City Music Hall. Gardner cited the letter and the affidavit in a habeas petition filed in May of 2023, asserting that the brothers' convictions should be vacated. If the brothers' convictions are vacated, the LA County District Attorney's Office will need to decide whether to retry their cases. In a statement, the office told 48 Hours it is investigating the new claims and it is unclear when a judge will make a ruling. So, that is something new. Like I said, that was a blast from the past. I hadn't thought about the Menendez brothers in a long time. So, what do you guys? Any thoughts on that? We'll see. We'll have to see. But when it said sorry, I'm moving my table around. Menudo. I was definitely a Menudo fan back in the day, my early 80s. So back to serious business. Mr. Steve says, yeah, sites where victims are found. So obviously, I know you can't say anything, but maybe you're making progress on something. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to you and the whole team. Whatever's happening right now. All right, guys. I think that is all I had for the night. So I will go through my spiel. If anybody has any last comments while I'm going through my shameless plugging, and then I'll get to your last comments and we'll get out of here because it's been almost 4 hours. Oh my goodness. I thought my 3-hour ones were bad. It's all right. I could talk all night as long as somebody's here to listen, especially if it's about these important cases. So if you're new here or if you haven't already, please subscribe. Please give a thumbs up to this video before you get out of here, or this live stream. Like, share, comment, all those things help small channels like mine get pushed out more. The more people that hear about these missing persons, cold cases, all these important victims. Excuse me, my supper's backing up. The more people that hear these stories, the better. That is why I'm here and why I do this, to make as many people as possible aware about these victims, these missing persons and cold cases. Once again, you can find me on Facebook, a group and a page, Southern Gal True Crime. I do have a second channel, Southern Gal Ramblings. I don't know if Dandy's still here or Marissa. We were talking maybe every other Saturday or so, or once a month. We'll get together over on the Southern Gal Ramblings. Whoever wants to join us over there, and we'll talk something besides true crime, because I know we got to have a break from some true crime. Talk about some fun stuff, some movies, some music, some paranormal, some UFOs, some weird, anything we want to talk about. It's a free for all over there. So we'll talk about that in the future. Once again, if you have any questions, comments, or if you have a case that you would like me to share, email me down there at the email address. If you would like to help support the channel and the search for the missing, help bring awareness, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account, a PayPal Me account, a Venmo account, Southern Gal True Crime merch. All the links you can find, I think I put them in the description box of the live stream. You can also find all this information in the About section of my channel page. Go ahead and stop that. All right, I think that is all my shameless plugging. Let's see, we got some comments. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Yes, Mr. Steve says, good night, everyone. Going to get a solid 5 hours of sleep. Yes, Mr. Steve, get all the sleep, all the rest that you can. Like I said, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes always to you and everybody who is out there with you doing very important work that you guys and gals are doing. So you get some sleep, Mr. Steve. You're always in our thoughts and prayers. Marissa says, yep, good night, sleep well. Marissa says, I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else, or Mr. Steve says, I will listen as much as possible. You're doing a very important service to the missing and their families. Thank you. It's not just me, honey. You know, it takes all of us. creators, even though I still don't consider myself a creator, but apparently I am. Creators, the community, subscribers, people people who watch. It takes all of us. Chris, our new friend Chris, group, Facebook groups like his, very important too. So please check out Cold Cases is the name of the Facebook group. Chris says good night everyone, to everyone here, and whoever rewatches, thoughts and prayers, please stay warm and safe. Thank you Chris for being here, and I will definitely tomorrow get back into the group and start researching these cases in there. So thank you for being here, Mr. Chris. Chris says he'll be around. I don't mind the monster. Thank you, Mom, for being here. All right, let me go through who was here. Marissa, Mr. Chris, Gideon, Mind of Monsters, Mr. Steve popped in. Marissa, I'm repeating myself already. True Crime Web, Mr. Steve. Michelle C was here earlier. Marissa. Probably repeat myself. Dandy, can't forget Dandy. Thank you, Dandy. My go-to mod, my right-hand girl. Nan R was here earlier. Dave was here earlier. Junior Johnson was here. I'm trying to do them from memory, so I won't have to scroll up through all the comments. I don't want, if I forget, if you were here and I forget you, I'm sorry. Thank you, everybody that was here. I think I got just about everybody, unless somebody that popped in way earlier, because we've been 4 hours. Thank you, everybody that was here. Thank you, everybody who will, oops, oh, almost turned into a dumpster fire at the very end. Thank you, everybody who will watch on replay. Thank you, everybody who was here in chat. Thank you, everybody. Just thank you. See, I will be back Monday with a video or a live stream or a video premiere for Missing Person Monday. I'll let you guys know. If I don't get the video recorded tomorrow, I'll probably do a live stream, or yeah, a live stream of it sometime Monday. So I think we had some more comments coming in. Hold on. Check last minute comments. Yes, Mind of Monster says Chris Gideon is an awesome human. Oh, Dave's still here. Good night, Dave. We're fixing to get out here after 4 hours. Can you believe it, Dave? Dave, can you believe I babbled for 4 hours? I know what your answer is. Let me get back down to the bottom. Ooh, lots of comments. I'm trying to get back to the bottom. Yes, my mom says, have a great night. Tell the wildcat hello. Yes, the wildcat was wild, really wild tonight. He's probably lurking around waiting to attack me as soon as I get up. But I will tell him, Tigger Man, hello. Marissa says, thank you for your time. It is appreciated. Thank you for y'all's time. I'm taking everybody who was, like I said, here live and watching replay. Thank you for taking your time, choosing to watch my channel, my video, my live stream for this very important information. All right, guys, I'm gonna quit babbling, and I'm trying to get my outro ready. I will get out of here. I will see y'all sometime Monday with either a video, a premiere video, or a live stream. Thank you, guys. I love you. I'll see you Monday.